Hello, hello everyone, welcome for this evening. Today we have the Max League 5 qualifier, and I am with Kanapesh. How are you, Kanapesh?
Hey everyone, hey AtomiK, I'm fine. Glad to be back on the desk. I'm fine. How about you?
Really fine, very excited to see who will manage to catch his spot to the Max League. The Max League is a great event with players around the whole world. Maybe some of the best players. We have lots of Grandmaster, for example, in the
hmm
Max League. So definitely a great event to take part. And all the four players today really want their spot in. We have
Yeah.
three Spanish players: Bruto,
hmm
L3bjorge, Jozelui, and an Australian one, WetGoose.
Yeah, absolutely. And you said that they were probably some of the best players. I would even say they deserved to be in here because for some of them, they were chosen based on their Open Cup stats, and the selection was really tough. You had to be among the first top players to be in here. So we're definitely going to see some great gameplay tonight, and I can't wait to see them play against each other.
Sure. So first we'll start with the lineups from the players. All the players will start the game at the same time. It's like a round robin, we can say that. So one player against the other, and after that they will match against each other. And at
hmm
the end we have the best two players of the group who will manage to have a spot for the Max League. Okay, let's move on with the lineup. And first uh, we have L3bjorge lineup with a Demon Hunter, Warlock, a Mage, and a Druid. What do you think about those decks?
Uh, Demon Hunter, Warlock, Mage, and Druid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm on the right lineup. I think it's kind of a greedy lineup because say that he plays against someone with an aggro lineup and the aggro player bans the Demon Hunter, then he's got three pretty weak decks. But at the same time, I feel like this is a very good lineup against the majority of the field. And this Druid deck, we never know how it's going to go because of the ramp, because of Celestial Alignment, and the potential to just win the game from turn 5 and on. We can see it's the survival build, which I think was popularized by Yarla. In this case, we have only one copy of the card, which most of the time is enough. But if you've seen any screens of Druid packing battleground levels of minion stats, it was probably this deck.
Yeah, totally. His Warlock has been banned, so
Mm.
he won't be able to play his Warlock. It's very interesting to see Zai is incredible in the Demon Hunter. As you said, a greedy lineup, so it's a really greedy card to have lots of value with it. The
Yeah,
Druid,
absolutely.
as you said, can high roll games, can have just the nuts every game. So you never you should never underestimate the Druid. It can 3-0 you at any moment. It can beat aggro decks with a good draws. It can beat slower decks. So definitely we will have to take a look at that Druid. And then we can look at Bruto's lineup with a really classic one in my opinion. Maybe the four best decks in the game right now. But well, Jace is maybe kinda not the most seen, but the Quest Shaman, the Warlock, and the Rogue are the three most seen decks in ladder right now. Maybe I
Yeah,
think.
the Jace Demon Hunter has been gaining popularity over the course of the last couple of weeks, and you can see that Bruto has a very particular take on the deck. He followed Wire's advice of playing Spectral Sight and Eye Beam with double jumps over, I think, what used to be Fellgorgers and maybe Chaos Leech. And he also has his own twist. You can see there is a Raging Fell Screamer in the deck, which is meant to reduce the cost of Moarg for better Il'gynoth OTK turns or just burst turns. So I'd like to see how this Raging Fell Screamer goes in the matches.
Yeah. it will be interesting to look after that. Let me tell you the band. L3bjorge banned his Garrot Rogue, so we won't see it. Maybe, yeah, the Rogue has been banned.
Okay, so no rogue for Bruto and
Yeah.
no warlock for
Yeah,
George, I think.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it makes sense because Rogue is maybe the best deck right now in top ladder when players are playing it very well. Very hard deck to play, but by a good players, it can just beat every deck, every matchups. It doesn't have a really bad matchup, I think.
The rogue,
Yeah.
it is kind of weak to face-oriented decks such as Hunter.
Yeah.
And sometimes you're gonna whiff, and it's gonna take too long before you're able to pull off the big combo push kind of turns. So it has its own weaknesses, but yeah, it's definitely one of the biggest powerhouses in the meta right now, and I'm not surprised that it was banned by George.
Totally, yeah. But you say it's weak against Hunter, but just having the Octobot, and you are kinda ahead in the matchup, I think, because having a full hand reduced is so strong against the Hunter to have a good tempo.
Hey, no matchup is 100-0,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
Sometimes you're gonna win, sometimes you're gonna lose, but I feel like this is the type of strategy that Rogue can struggle with sometimes.
Totally agree. So let's see if players are ready. Maybe we can start now. We have on Max TV at least 3 full confrontation to follow, but we'll have maybe some piece of other confrontation. Is the first one we are watching just end early because of a 3-0 maybe or whatever. So we will be able to look at the end of the other confrontation.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see Bruto online. Is this a bug or?
Same issue right now. I will text him a message right now. So do you have maybe favorite players? If you have to make a guess for the player who will go through or the 2 players who will manage to qualify for the Max League, do you have some
You
thoughts
mean
about them?
you mean those we're gonna cast tonight?
Yeah, about the 4 we are gonna cast tonight.
I don't know about all of them,
Yeah.
but I happen to have played against Bruto a few times, and I think he's definitely way up there in terms of skill set. Um, he usually has his own takes on deck lists. He's been one of the first to really enjoy playing Penflinger Rogue back in the days it still went face. And I remember playing a mirror match of that thing for the Max Open Cup. That was hilarious. He won because sometimes you gotta lose a few ones. And yeah, I would be glad to see him win. I think he's definitely capable of doing that. Now, as for the rest, I would guess maybe WetGoose has something to prove here because he's the only non-Spanish player in the group. He's got to represent a little bit. Maybe that's going to help him.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, interesting also that some of the players in the qualifiers are not well-known players, but because they have been chosen by statistics, they are all very good players. So those qualifiers will be a very good occasion to maybe see new players we don't know really well. So definitely a good way for players to shine in these qualifiers.
True. I think I've seen their names many times before, but it's on Twitter, it's on the top ladder, it's in tournaments sometimes, but I haven't seen them on the official broadcast too much
Yeah.
in Master Stores or even in HCTs and stuff like that. So, as always, the Max team chooses the people based on their skill, and it gives them an opportunity to shine. And I'm sure we're going to see a few cool things after that. I think that some of them are also content creators. Do you know about that?
I saw WetGoose being a streamer, I think.
Yeah, and think Jozelui is also a streamer. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. But I think that within the Spanish community, there are quite famous players as well. So, do we have lots of Spanish comments in the chat already, or is it still waiting in the
Mm, uh,
garage?
it just started, I think. So yeah, it started just here. Uh, so we don't have the chat now. It will come very soon. But yeah, Spanish community is kinda huge, I think. So it will be really nice to have maybe a chat on fire, people cheering to their favorite players.
Also, I'm just thinking about it. You said two people would be part of the Max League, right?
Yeah,
So there's always going to be one Spanish representant.
yeah, at
Okay.
least one. Yeah.
So that means that the chat is probably going to be cheering up for uh, one of them, and they're going to fight to figure out who is the most deserving of them. Who do you think it's going to be?
Oh, it would be the easy way to just tell Bruto, but Jozelui made a very good run in the Max Open Cup that just ended some weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I think right now maybe he's in a good shape, and he will manage to tell today that yes, he's a good player. He made a good run in the Max Open Cup, and now he
Yeah.
will qualify for the Max League.
Yeah. Now uh, you're bringing it to my attention. I remember that I think it was the last round of the Max Open Cup. I played against Jozelui, who was like 7-1, and for all of the rounds, he had a control shaman. Oh, I'm gonna have to cut the camera real quick. He had a control shaman, and he did extremely well with it. I think it barely dropped a single game in the Swiss. So it's definitely a player with his own takes. Sometimes he's going to show a few unusual strats, I should say. So maybe, if we have him in the Max League, we're gonna see how wacky homebrew strategies can sometimes
Yeah.
win in the field made of big players.
The first match just started Bruto against L3bjorge with the Quest Shaman against the Quest Mage. Right
Who's
now,
up and who's down?
Bruto is down.
All right.
You can cheer for the players with the classic command.
Exclamation mark
Yeah.
up, exclamation mark down. Make sure to show us who you think deserves your power the most. And we have Shaman versus Mage. What do you think about this ordering for the first game?
Oh, I didn't thought about that, so I won't be able to give my opinion because in King of the Hill, it's really important the first match you pick the first deck you queue. But looking at the matchup right now, it won't be. It's not a good start for Bruto because the matchup is really hard for the Shaman here.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, yeah. I think that usually you want to queue your weakest deck in the lineup
Yeah,
against your opponent.
totally
This
agree.
way
Like
you can adjust your counter.
yeah, just a bait like this deck isn't useful. Just give it you a win, and now I will be able to counter your deck.
Absolutely. Oh, Bruto chose not to play the quest. Do you know why?
To turn 2 the quest, and then turn 3 Marshpawn.
Absolutely. And you know what? Knowing this from the get-go means we did better than subtle.
I have to admit that I know it because I saw the Bunnyhopper doing it.
Yeah.
I won't have thought about it if
Okay.
not.
I was just kidding, by the way.
Yeah, no problem.
There is no possible way that we're going to do anything better than subtle here. We're amateurs.
Sure.
And look at him, debating whether he should play the One Maker or the quest now. He's not sure anymore.
Yeah,
Ends up playing it.
yeah.
So George knows that there is going to be a 3/4 on board next turn. He shouldn't be too worried about those brain freezes. Simply going to curve out the minion while it's there.
So
And
yes, but
here we are.
the body is kinda fine against the 2/3. You just
Oh, the buddy is all right,
yeah.
especially since you have the first flame in hand, which means you're going to be able to kill the minion and at low cost. Could coin out the barrier after that, or there is also a possibility that he plays, what is it? Flame Orb, curves a Brain Freeze with it, and maybe doesn't clear, but still procs the quest real quick. Bruto is offered a few really, really cool cards in the form of Bloom and Guidance. Revolve, probably not the best card in the matchup. What would you pick?
Mm, I think if you can win against Mage is by playing a lot of tempo in the early game and just hope that the opponent doesn't have the 4 mana spell that deals 3, the Fire Sail. So you have to pick Lightning Bloom to be very aggressive. With Guidance you have lots of value, but Mage just kills you by turn 7 or 8. So I don't really think that it's a matchup where the value have lots of interest.
What if the value becomes burst? Say he discovers a lightning bolt? That could end up being 6 or 12 damage once Brucan is on the board. Though it's kind of curious that he does it only on, I mean, as soon as turn 3. This guy knows what he's doing. He's got a plan.
Yeah.
And George, all 3 spell scrolls in the hand available. I don't think he could play all 3 this turn, even with the coin.
He can brain freeze and first flame, so that's the first step of the quest right now if he wants.
Oh, true. He drew the studies, which is 1
Yeah.
mana. Never mind. So that's what he's going to do. Use the brain freeze just to move on with the quest. Curve what can be curved, and then he's gonna have this nice looking lab partner to buff his damage and clear, say, a feral spirit minion with the flame.
Yep.
And also with the orb. Bruto, on the other hand, goes for the value right now. Alright. Of course, he chose to play to keep both cards because he wants the overload. Was able to play the second copy that he got off of the Note Taker, which gives him more options for the few turns to come. And look, Vivid Spores. That one could help a lot.
Yeah, but maybe too slow. I really feel the matchup is very, very quick. Like, Shaman is playing minions every turn, so the mage can just can just make the quest very fast. So you are most of the times you are dead before having the way to play the Vivid Spore, I think.
Yeah, but what if you can stick a board?
Yeah.
He's got charged call, I think it is. Yeah, he's got charged call. Say he gets something beefy off of it. I will randomly suggest a 4-mana Watch Boast. If he's got Vivid Spores on top of that, knowing that there are no such thing as a devolving missile in George's deck, could very well be game over as well. Though we're not there yet anyway. Bruto has to play minions if he wants to buff or give anything a death rattle. How does he do it this turn?
This turn I like playing the Lightning Bloom to have the 2 mana Overload refound, but he disagrees with me.
Yeah, just tries to play wide for now. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Also plays around Combustion.
And you still have the Overdraft to unlock your overloaded mana crystals. So that's not that important to play the Bloom with the first quest here.
Yep, and I would even say it's better this way around because now with Overdraft, he's going to be able to dish out a crazy amount of damage if he wants to, and if he's got the time to. As we see, Fireball is going to hit the hand very quickly.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's the only pick right now, yeah.
You always go for that. Okay, he debates whether he wants to draw 2 or if he wants to... Did he play any arcane spells? Okay, no. So he could draw 2 now and figure out the rest later. But I feel like, yeah, you do want to get rid of the minions while you can before taking any damage, because why bother?
Kind of cold here isn't bad. It can give you a free turn later if the Shaman's board is too strong for you.
True, and that also is a really good third ice spell that you can play, frost spell, since you have double barrier and you're most of the time just going to play one of them in the early game.
Yeah, Shaman can break it sometimes early because he's playing lots of board. But here, the mage has the board.
Yeah, that's how good Arcanologist is. And the lab partner with just the single Bowden spell damage, which offers George tons of easy clears with the first flame, the brain freeze, and everything else. Bruto plays another guidance, gets more stuff in his hand, and where are we with the charged call? 5 mana.
Yeah, kinda small at the moment still.
Mm-hmm. What would be your ideal amount of overloads for charged call in the matchup?
Oh, 4, 5 maybe. You won't have that much more than 4 or 5 overload. I think 6 most of the time. It's the most of overload you can have.
6 sounds pretty good. Sometimes you get the Battle Master, which isn't that great, but you can have Cornelius. You can have don't know the name, but it's a 5/6 dragon for 6 mana with a repop inside.
Yeah,
And he chooses to curve out everything he can. I like that a lot. That gives him more draw, more value, and maybe, we said Mage goes really fast with that quest. I'm starting to feel like Bruto has it going very fast as well.
still missing 3 overload cards. Yeah, he still has 1 guidance in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Next turn he can also do a Fire Heart and an Overdraft to have lots of mana crystal to spend with Fire Heart if he doesn't have a good turn right now.
That's another overload, but now
Yeah.
there is not a Varden, but an Arcanist Dawn Grasp facing the board, and you have to do something about it. Because this is not a fireball. It's 1 more damage. You have to clear it.
Totally, yeah. So, how can you deal with it?
I would say maybe overdraft or something about revolving stuff, because you're going to reduce it to another 5 mana minion, and most of the time they have less stats.
No.
Another option would be to try and dig for something different with guidance, chooses to go instead with the Spirit Wolf, which gives him 4 damage worth of an overdraft. Is that gonna do it? Oh, that would also free, I think, 2 mana. Or is it? No, it's
3
gonna
mana.
free
3 mana free. Yeah.
Oh, it goes face. Alright. This way he gets to buff the board and probably hope it sticks. But that was before George, the mastermind, played the Cone of Cold that dealt exactly 4 damage and left Bruto open to an easy lost game 1. Is he gonna turn this around? We don't know.
Maybe with lifesteal spells? Maybe 2 lifesteal spells?
That doesn't exist in Shaman, does it?
You can deal 4 mana with lifesteal with the Tidal Charge? No. Tidal is the big one. But you have the 4 mana, the deal 4 for 3 mana 1.
Oh yeah, true. It's lifesteal now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I forgot. Charged call.
8 cost are maybe the best minions in the game. But there are no... You have the Moarg that can bring you 8 armor, but Mage can just go through it with spells. But
Yeah.
maybe for later the 8 armor can be something.
It could do something, definitely, but I feel like for now he wants an immediate answer to this.
Yeah, you have
Canist.
to kill it, yeah.
He got Brucan. Alright. Plays it. Plays the bolt.
Overdraft? Oh.
No, because that would not have saved him for this turn.
You can overdraft in Varden and the 2-1 inside. And
yeah, but then he pushes less damage, doesn't he?
But next turn you had the lightning going face. You are dealing 6 damage next turn. Yeah, it's better in that way, yeah. You're right.
I think it is. I'm not sure, but he's going to overload more
Yeah,
next turn if he's alive,
yeah,
which
yeah.
I doubt he's going to be. And then he's going to do the damage probably in a fire hard turn, which is going to pack even more damage.
Yeah, totally. Oh,
Well,
finally.
yeah, it seems it's over for
It's
Bruto
over,
game
yeah.
one. Yep, so close
And
yet so far. George takes this game number one, and he is going to keep Mage, while Bruto on the other side has to choose something different. What is it going to be?
he still has the Demon Hunter. It's a good matchup in my opinion for the Demon Hunter. For the mage, you can just go face, doing face damage with your spells, and just kill it very quickly before the mage. So it won't surprise me to see a Demon Hunter right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, especially considering that he's got Warlock remaining after that, and Warlock is not notorious for beating Mage all that well.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruto is making a deck! Perfect timing.
Maybe he just had a genius idea and want to save it.
Maybe he tried something with his Demon Hunter a little bit before, and
Yeah,
now he has to remove it. That would be funny.
can be.
Uh, yeah, so Shaman was eliminated. Indeed, I think it didn't have that much value in the rest of the matchups that George was playing. Jay's Demon Hunter seems to be the best answer. He's got to Mage, and then he's gonna have Warlock. How does George beat all of it? Well, Mage is gonna try its best, and then if it loses to Demon Hunter, George is probably gonna bring a Druid and even things out. Anyway, back to the game.
And
And
it's a Demon Hunter indeed.
yep, it is.
We are too smart. Oh, he decided to keep the studies. It's very interesting, in my opinion, the keep studies or not. And here, it just paid off with the skull at the left of the hand. So we will have a turn 5 School of Gul'dan, like before the first nerfs. The first nerfs. What are your thoughts of keeping Illidari with and throwing the other cards?
I think I like it a
Yeah,
lot in this deck because if you play it on one and get a spell that is, for example, Skull of Gul'dan, you have probably the minimum amount of cards on the right side of your hand that you're going to want to move towards the left side and get rid of. And Skull is going to be easy to outcast, say, 7 times out of 10. Now, it turns out he also had the Skull to go with it, so he didn't have to bother even trying to move his hand towards the left.
yeah,
But I like
that's
Warranty. Yeah.
okay.
That's a good shot you can take.
Okay.
Yeah, throws the aura. There's no minions he's gonna want to get rid of on his enemy's board. Maybe he would have liked to clear a few of his own minions, though. This way he doesn't have to play Fellscream Blast or anything of the such.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play minions at the moment because he still needs to heal at the moment of the game. Sometimes the Demon Hunter is just at 10 or 15 health point and just doing a big Fellscream Blast turns with a talented Arcanist maybe can just give you a full life Illidan, so
Oof.
you will keep your minions.
Okay, so Bruto did something really interesting this turn. He hovered on top of the Arcanist and Fellscream Blast to try and get rid of those cards from his hand before playing the Skull, and that was not because he was afraid of overdrawing after Skull. It was because after Skull, he expected to draw even more cards, and that it would be good if his hand was as light as possible. Ended up choosing not to because it also represents a lot of burst damage with Il'gynoth. But then he also went face, triggering the Ice Barrier, which means that he also values the damage he's going to deal with his Aldrashi Warblades. Seems like he's playing both plans at the same time, but if you don't do 30 with either of them, maybe the addition of the two is going to do the job.
Yeah, yeah. I agree, yeah. And yeah, you have the powerful Arcanist plus Fel Barrage that can just deal 8 damage face. sometimes you need those 8 damage. So pretty interesting combo to have in mind.
Yeah. What about Thalnos, Talented Arcanist? This way you deal even more.
10 damage.
Yep.
3 mana Pyroblast.
True. And you're also dumping a lot of cards from your hand, which is exactly what you want to be doing with this deck.
Yeah. The only bad thing with that play is that it leaves you 2 minions on board, and Mage is so happy to see 2 minions to play his frost spells.
Yeah, Mage is happy with that. And we haven't talked that much about George just yet, but I'll have everyone remember, that he played Flow on 3, and now he's got a Phoenix, and he's not that far from a good draw turn. Is he gonna dump? Yeah, okay, so he plays the Fireball, moves on with his quest. Does he also play the Phoenix? Yes, he does. And now Bruto knows what's next. He's afraid that George is gonna draw a billion cards and dish out a billion damage, but he's gonna be the first one to shoot.
10 cards in hand. You have to play something Bruto here.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be Talnost Arcanist, and then Val Barrage could also follow it up with I-Beam, so he can play Spectral Sight from the left side of his hand.
For the next turn, yeah. I like it. Good idea, I think.
It sounds decent. Does he want to keep the Chaos Strike? I guess you could.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play the I-Beam.
You can wait for the maybe the lifesteal minion, and because it's 0 mana, if you want to Jace on turn 8, you can just 0 mana Chaos Strike, then playing Jace, so you will still have another Chaos Strike from Jace.
I was thinking more about, say you had 2 mana, maybe that was a good time to try and play Spectral Sight on curve, but he had a good thing going on, cleared his own board. This way George does not clear anything with his frost spells.
Yeah.
Still sets him up. And then on 8, he's gonna have the Jace turn with, as you said, probably a free Chaos Strike just before.
I totally agree with clearing the minion with Immolation Aura. We can see the flurry in George's hand, so it definitely makes sense.
How much damage is this? Holy crap. George has 2, 2, 6, which is 10, then 6. He's got 16 damage available. And Bruto plays the draw stuff, ends up not playing the Spectral Sight that was on the left side of his hand.
Yeah.
His Jace is pretty good, but it could be much better, don't you think?
You can still wait for one or two turns, I think. One turn, I think. Maybe on turn 9 it will be fine, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You are not scared of dying right now, I think. You still have healing with the weapon, maybe an I-Beam on the Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
So you can still do healing before playing Jace. The more you wait, better is Jace, I think.
Yeah, the more you wait, the better it is. Indeed. Sometimes I guess Jace is gonna give you the draw you need to find your Elganoth. We saw that he had the Fell Screamer in there, which means he does give some amount of value to the Elganoth burst turns that he can pull off, especially against decks like Mage, where you really have to kill your opponent quickly. Maybe he's going to use that as a means to get Il'gynoth. Maybe he's going to use that as a finisher. I'm not sure. I feel like I would use it to get Il'gynoth though, and clear the Phoenix, and heal, and also cook for tonight.
But yeah, here you have to heal yourself.
Yeah.
Fell Scream?
Oh. What?
Why? I don't get it.
Was the barrier generated randomly? Because it could have been a counterspell.
Let me check. Yeah, it was a randomly barrier, so that makes sense.
That must be the reason, yeah. And we're getting close. We've got Il'gynoth for 3 mana. It's almost time to see fireworks.
Furry.
Come on, George.
Next turn you have 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Ilginos, Alchemist, Ilginos, I-Beam is 6 more. You're still far away from killing your opponent. I don't think you will do it with Ilginos. I think you can just Fury, go face, and next turn, play Jace.
How about you play Fury then Jace?
Yeah.
Hit with your weapon in the same turn,
Oh,
and then you play weapon Il'gynoth, or just Il'gynoth Morg if you've drawn it.
yeah. So just end turn here.
Yeah.
And
I
next
think
turn, Jace with the 0 mana Fury.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, that's better, yeah, because you have more healing with the weapon. So yeah, definitely the good choice.
It also gives him an additional turn to find the second copy of Fury, I think, that we have not seen just yet. Is
Yeah,
this? Yep, it's the Arcanist turn. It's there. The lethal is set up, if you didn't know. So Bruto does have to heal quite a lot and clear and set up for his own win condition. And guess
that's exactly what Jace can do.
exactly. Let's see how this goes. Come on.
You have to do it now. I really
Oh
think.
wait, is he looking for lethal?
If it's not a nice barrier, it can be maybe.
What?
Oh,
Wait,
Zumorg?
5, 7. No, he doesn't have the mana.
No.
Hold on. Studies can give you an I-beam. Yeah. It didn't? I'm not sure what's happening. 5. Oh, he can still look for the Fell Scream Blast? I'm not sure about that. Oh, maybe he was convinced that Jace would not be enough, and I think it might have been true, so he chose to play the winning line of I play Il'gynoth and kill him now, or I'm just dead next turn, even after I play Jace.
Maybe here he can only do Philosophy, Morg, I-Beam.
Philosophy, Morg, I-beam. Yeah, seems he's gonna go with Arcanist instead of Philosophy.
I'm damn, you can't go Philosophy and double Morg because of the spell reduction for the studies. Because
True.
I-Beam would got the 3 mana. So yeah, he didn't fall in the trap.
Well, yeah, he didn't. At least
Yeah.
we obviously did, but I guess this is the reason why they are here and we are where we are.
That's definitely true, yeah.
George is now looking for ways to kill because he probably fears death as well. You know, he's been chilling with Arcanist, playing Flow on 3, drawing a bunch of cards, playing Phoenixes and everything, shipping Fireball face and whatnot, but now Bruto back on track.
And what is good, you have the rank 3 Fury by playing it this turn.
That would be 4.
So that's 2 more damage. Very clever from Bruto.
He's got 4. He's got double barrage. He's got, I think, 1 Cow Strike, or was it 2? He's got Fell Scream. What else does he have? I think an I-beam was played last turn. So, not the most impressive of Jace's, but probably one of the most impactful on the game state he could have right now. Now, it seems he's still privileging Il'gynoth a little more.
But no.
Or he goes for maximum healing.
Maybe no Fury Jace. You're just losing 1 damage because of zero power, but still fine.
And now you're saying, gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Well, no, he didn't care to even wait for what he had.
Yeah.
He simply threw the smack to the face. Oh, it's lethal on paper. Now we know that there is a barrier, so it's not lethal?
It is.
Is it? Oh yeah!
Yeah.
I can't count! No, it's not. What are you talking about?
It's... Oh, I forgot about the ice barrier.
Oh, you forgot about the barrier.
Yeah.
Oh, alright. I thought someone finally existed that was worse at math than I am.
Oh, my bad.
Now you give me hope. You know, it's fine. George now with the incredible task of dealing 30 damage now, because Il'gynoth is obviously ready to be used. Wait, is that a Mask of Cthulhu? I guess you don't have that much else you can do. His hand is full of removal. Place Fire Cell in. Ooh! Grab Session! Let's go! It's time to draw! I
Yeah,
don't know
but
how expensive those ignites are right now.
you have 23 to deal with 4 mana. So
Easy. We're a mage.
I'm not really optimistic for Josh, but let's see.
We
Have
gotta hope.
the hot strike.
Hot Streak. That's a mana cheat. Plays the Ruined Orb. If he's got some draw, I suggest he might end up playing the flow with it. Never mind. It would be too expensive. Evocation? What? No, okay. Barrier. And now, Bruto with the crucial decision of, do I play into Counterspell? Do I play into Barrier?
You can just
Do I...
first Furry,
I mean,
Ilginos, and you see it's not a counter spell if you go Furry first.
he can try both secrets and still have
Oh,
lethal.
no, you don't have lethal if you try Furry first.
Oh, you can play Philosophy, right?
But you, yeah. But because it was 11 mana to go for the only Ilginos kill.
Did he just... Oh no, because that would be 14 damage and Barrier only puts
Yeah.
George to 10, so... Well done here by Bruto, committing things in the right order and still making sure that everything was
Yeah.
well handled.
That wasn't
So
that
this is...
easy, yeah, for him.
It was not easy, and it was game 2 of this confrontation between Bruto and George. Now we're going to see another game of that Demon Hunter, and what is George gonna play?
You can't play the Hunter against the Demon Hunter. It's just a free lose for the Hunter.
Did you say Hunter?
For Georgia. Oh no, my bad.
No,
Oh, I'm dumb.
is
Yeah,
is it George?
yeah. Sorry. No Hunter for George. It's a druid for him.
Oh yeah, okay, he's the Druid guy. That's what I
Yeah,
thought. So
yeah, my
he's
bad.
got Demon Hunter and Druid. I feel like in this specific matchup, um, the Demon Hunter mirror, since the lists are a little bit different, would be in favor of Bruto, and Druid looks like a great answer to Jay's Demon Hunter. What would you think?
About that matchup,
Yeah.
very hard for the Demon Hunter because when there is the first board, Demon Hunter can't really deal with it. It can deal with one board by throwing all the Moarg, Arcanist, and all the cards, but then you don't have any cards left, and the Druid can just play another board, and just kill you.
What if I told you that Bruto has the perfect hand for the matchup?
It looks good, yeah.
He's gonna play Moorg on turn 2. He's gonna play a weapon on 3. On 4, he's going to play the Viper. And then on 5, he's gonna do nothing until alignment hits the board. This way he gets free draws for 0 mana. And who knows, maybe we're gonna see an OTK on the following turn. Let's figure that out. George for now decides to draw 4 cards. He's probably looking for that ramp. Due to the very expensive nature of almost every single card in his deck, it's quite easy to figure out what is more expensive than what. Just drew 2 very cheap spells in a row. I don't think there's any card except for Mali and Survive the Fittest that are more expensive than the Cenarion, so probably Cenarion is on the top right now. Sorry. Survival of the Fittest. Oh, it was 10 mana in the deck, my bad.
Yeah. So, yeah. Tempo
Okay.
Viper.
Yep. Curved everything. Yeah, I said something stupid. I said weapon first and Viper after, but no. It's obviously the body first.
Yeah. Mm.
Ooh. That was one very dangerous Viper, wasn't it?
More dangerous than the Moarg.
Yep.
Uh, I don't really like trading that way. So one mana, one health point is very fine for the Demon Hunter to deal with it because of the hero power. If the Gnoll was 2 health point, how can Bruto deal with it easily? He had to place the weapon in it.
Yeah, or the Morg, but I think
Yeah,
it's always weapon first.
so I liked playing the Gnoll into the Morg.
Mm. Yeah, true. And Bruto now decides to still play the skull that is on the left side of his hand. He knows that George is probably going to try and play the Celestial alignment ASAP. But what George doesn't know is Bruto has another skull in his hand. One thing I don't like about Bruto's turn, though, is he's going to start his turn with 9 cards. Okay. Decides to play the Fell Screamer instead, which is alright. He kept every removal option he had, so I suppose he's still afraid of what can happen after alignment was played in terms of the board control. Okay, now it's going to be Clown Fiesta, I think.
Let's go. Just watch it.
Is it not time for an epic sax guy appearance in the stream? Do we
It
have this
is.
somewhere?
I don't have it, but you can play it at home.
Yeah. Or you could do the song for us. You know, go like do 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 do. All right, George seemingly having way too much fun to give a chance to Bruto to even try and play this game. Bruto is probably still thinking about how he wish he would have won this game and how he's going to try to beat this deck in the next one.
Yeah, so how do you kill the druid? He still only has the warlock, and I feel the warlock a little ahead in the matchup.
Is it Warlock or is it Rogue?
Mm.
I think one of them banned Rogue and the other one banned Warlock, but I don't remember who banned
Uh,
what.
yeah, Bruto still has the warlock left.
Uh,
His rogue has been banned, so he has a warlock, and it can deal with huge board thanks to the two Tamsin that can help to deal
Look
10
at this.
damage.
Look at this battleground level hand. Board actually.
That's,
Mm,
yeah.
what a shame. I will tell you how. Warlock has Goldshire Knolls, it has Flesh Giants, does not have a wand, but that's gonna be alright even without it, and it also has Neophytes. So if the draws allow it, Bruto's gonna be able to play minions on curve, say Neophyte on 3, just to make sure there's gonna be no overgrowth on 4. Develop maybe a Null, and then boom, alignment hits the board, but then there's double giant. And at that very moment, things look grim for the Druid. Anyway, however this ends up happening, we're gonna see a clown fiesta from one side or the other. What a beautiful way to finish the match.
Sure. So, okay. Oh, he threw the tour guide.
Hmm. Oh wait, I
Interesting.
said a way to finish the match, but I think we still have a Demon Hunter on George's side.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. It won't be the. It can be, but we can have still 2 games in the match.
true. Did Bruto keep anything?
No, nothing.
So he was probably looking for that sweet, sweet neophyte,
Yeah.
which he has now, by the way. Oh, but Ghidra! That's not gonna help,
Yep.
because now you can't play neophyte before the ramp. You could still try and play it after the ramp, just to make sure that alignment's gonna be more difficult to cast on the
Yep.
following turn.
At
But
any turn, the neophyte is fine.
yeah, I also heard it was pretty good after alignment, because it gives you a free turn, since they can't play anything,
Yep.
except for minions sometimes.
That's smart.
It is, yeah. Uh, guess you have to wait or play a 3-3 this turn. I mean, what's the use of a coin when you know your opponent's just going to play alignment? Could play the Neophyte, as we said. That does play into Gnoll, does play into the Owl as well. But what do you have that is better than this?
And turn button can be fine.
Oh, you want to pass with a coin in your
Yeah,
hand?
yeah, that's better. Yeah,
I think
that's better. Yeah,
this probably baits an Owl. This way he can play the touch of the Nathrism and the Neophyte next turn.
yeah.
George still looking for that alignment. Did not find it just yet. He does have an auctioneer, which is pretty good with double innervate.
It is giant costs 7 now. That's pretty expensive. We want to play them for 0 mana. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Salrand. Pretty interesting draw. If you have Tamsin, you can just Tamsin and Salrand to just deal 10 damage to all the minions. Pretty sweet combo against the Druid.
I would say it does nothing because
Oh,
they have way more than 10 at
more than
this point.
10?
Yep, you would play Solar Eclipse and then Survival of the Fittest, and all of a sudden your board is like
Yeah.
15 health or something. But this is still an option. I mean, when you have nothing else to do, it cannot be a bad idea to even try and think about it. George decided to pick the Bounce, which I think has to do with him having two zero mana spells and an Auctioneer in hand for next turn. Still looking for alignment. Is Bruto just gonna hold this Neophyte? You have Ray's dead, so it's now, right?
You have to play it at the moment, but
You could also play the touch on your 3/3. No, okay, chooses to keep the mana.
okay.
Oh, I know. He's gonna keep the Neophyte because he wants to have Double Giant and Raise Dead. This way he has the maximum amount of chances to play Giants over and over and over. That has to be the reason. Wait, did we just... No, that's not alignment. It's a 7 mana Cenarian Ward. So, how about you follow the plan, George? Maybe he wants to play the Gnoll for 2 mana? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Can still play the Gadgets and Auctioneer, and literally everything that costs not mana in your hand. Okay, we got a nice looking Eclipse as well. Definitely digging through his deck to try and find an alignment. Did not find it. There is a world in which he simply just sets up for a good survival of the fittest turn for 10 straight mana. But that takes a lot.
So. Okay. If you life tap, giant cost 3. We won't have 2 giant this turn. That's not an option.
Mm, is it not?
Gnoll, Solren, Gnoll, Raise Dead, life tap. No, it wasn't.
No, he was 0 out of 7 from the quest, so there
Yeah,
was no cheesy additional tech he could have gotten.
yeah. But next turn we will have the
Oh.
double flesh giant.
Do you know what I see in George's hand?
Mm. The celestial alignment.
I see the nuts. Something's gonna happen and Bruto's not gonna like it. Because George is gonna be able to play a bunch of Cenarian wards and minions and then simply just
But
curve out the survival of the
look at
fittest.
Bruto's turn. Giant, giant, neophyte.
Yeah, why bother? Okay, so the neophyte that he had in his hand in the very first turn of the game in which he didn't play ever up until this point, is now hitting the board with two giants, and George has to find a way out of this. Look, we've got owls, we've got a gnoll, so we're good. But Bruto, he's not done.
We are
He's got double raised dead,
4
which
giant.
means even more minions. Oh wait, do you? Yeah, it cannot be a neophyte this turn because it would be 2 mana
Yeah.
off of raised dead.
Oh, no giant. Let's try again. Or play the 6/6. Um,
Uh,
6/6 is okay. It's not an 8/8, but it's better to have nothing to play.
I guess he's wondering if he should keep raised dead for next turn, because I don't really see any other good reason to deny yourself an additional giant this turn. Maybe the extra 2 attack and health don't matter as much. At least for him. I
Yeah.
think I would be very tempted to play the raised dead though.
But if you just hit again, Gnoll and Richard,
I would blame the RNG.
do a tweet. Aston is only about RNG.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah, why take the safe
Oh,
line when you can just go nuts and complain when it's not the way you want it?
Anacondra. That's a good draw for George.
I think it's gonna be it.
And indeed, minions will have more than 10 health points. You were right.
Yes, I was. I remember doing this on ladder and watching my opponent cry with his double soul rant.
Oh, Maligos is here also.
Mm-hmm.
With lots of 0 mana spells.
Is Bruto going to concede before the end of the turn? Just like the other turn? The other game?
Maybe, maybe not.
Oh, I think he is. Maybe not, after all. But you know it's over, right?
Oh, maybe you can do 3 Soulrend? Dealing 15 is cleaning the board, but you can't do it with your hand, right?
It doesn't clear the board. There is a 12-20 and a 16-16 on the
But
board right now.
if the...
Oh, the alignment! It's
Oh.
finished! That's
Yeah.
it!
That's it, yeah.
Bruto is nothing but a corpse, and George still shot him just in case. How brutal is this?
So, yeah.
Yeah, back to sleep. Sorry, mate.
But it's not
Couldn't
over
do
for
much.
Bruto. He can still win his 2 other games and maybe go through to just qualify for the Max League if he wins the next 2 games.
True, and I would
So,
like to point out that George pulled something really impressive off, bringing this druid, which he has his own take on the list,
yeah.
and doing so well with it. I think it's a pile of trash. He's proving me wrong. Keep going, mate. You're doing good.
So 3-1 for George. And the other match is finished. And Jozelui won the match on the other side. So maybe my personal take at the first of the evening will pay off. Maybe we'll see Jozelui qualifying for the qualifier.
Are you trying to set up a battle of takes? Because if that's what you're doing, I'm in.
So okay.
So I'll call maybe Bruto and at least WetGoose because you've got to rep that country. And you say it's gonna be Jozelui?
Yeah, that was my take.
Okay, do you go to the max LAN?
Yeah, I'm coming, yeah.
Okay, the winner pays the kebab for the other.
Okay, no problem.
Good enough. So what are we doing now? Do we have a match going on?
Yeah, we will have Bruto against Jozelui.
Alright. Bruto's still in the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay. No switching sides.
No. So,
Jozelui. I don't see him online.
He's on mobile and he's answering me on Discord at the moment, so maybe he will have to restart his game.
Hmm. Or maybe we both have to do it?
No, no, no. Just because he's offline, I think. Because
Hmm.
on Discord.
Okay then. Oh, I'm looking at the stream right now with, of course, a little bit of delay, and I see you guys made a beautiful illustration for that Max League 5 qualifier. What a beautiful ping this is. Did you make it?
No, that was. Mm, I don't know.
Okay. We're gonna have to give credits to this person when we know who it is.
Yeah,
Could be Max, I don't know.
yeah.
We'd have to ask him. I would not be surprised.
Max is doing too much things for the Max team.
You never do too much. You never do too much, but yeah, he does a freaking lot. And he doesn't do it just for the Max League. He does it for everything that's related to Max and to
Yeah,
Hearthstone.
yeah,
Which means that you guys, if you want to thank someone for this beautiful tournament that we're casting, if you want to thank someone for this opportunity that is given even to you to try and compete somewhere that is not GM or Open Cups, if you want to thank someone for the Max LAN, I would heavily recommend you go and send a message to Max on Twitter because he is doing a lot.
yeah. Definitely true.
And I think he's gonna like it if you do it. Just my personal take.
Only facts here. You just said.
Yep, always. Um, do we have to look at Jozelui's lineup, maybe?
Mm, maybe you can talk about it. It won't be at the screen, but do it like a radio, a
All right.
podcast about his lineup.
Hello, everyone. This is Kanapesh Radio here talking to you. And I'm going to talk to you about Jozelui's lineup. So, he is playing Mage with, I think, the same list as George with the one copy of Arcanologist. He's got a Warlock, which is pretty much the go-to standard build for the archetype with the one coil, one Battlegrounds Battlemaster. I see he does not pack the 4-mana minion that heals you a ton, but he's got Thalnos in there instead. And along with those two Shaman breaking machines, well, he's playing double aggro. And I heard that double aggro doesn't like Shaman. So we've got two decks that try to win the game, and then two decks to counter the one thing that's going to prevent them. And when I say aggro, I mean, oh, wait, so we have a weapon rogue
Uh,
and a face hunter. And this face hunter is, I think, H. Crumps's deck from the Master Store, which we made during our practice. And it has one thing that's very special, and it is there's no Rhino, and instead you've got a Moonfang for stickier boards. You were gonna say something, and I think I know what it is because the game has begun.
yeah, totally.
Look at
Um,
the timing.
Perfect, as always.
Yep. Can you watch Jozelui right now?
Uh, just
Oh,
sent
he
me an
said
invite. Yeah.
just did. Doesn't seem to work though. Does it work for you?
No.
So I think he's gonna have to reload the game.
Yeah, I think we'll tell him after the first game, of course.
Actually, he could do it now. That would literally just pause the game. So
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't like doing it during the game. It just sometimes just puts you outside of the game in your mind
Okay, sure, fair enough.
for
So
the pace of the game. Huh?
so we're going to assume that we are all a fan of Bruto. We are the hero, we know the hand that we have, and then Jozelui is the boss, and we have to beat the boss. But the boss does not want to tell us what he plays. So,
Sure.
Jozelui coins out something on turn 2. Guess what it is? Ships the emote Golden Encounters Flow before the curve. And Bruto again with the 5-mana Skull of Golden on the left. That is incredible.
Yeah, yeah. Still a turn 5 skull, so nerfs from the last year didn't hit Bruto. So maybe just go weapon and chill this turn. Yep.
Yeah, Jozelui asked if I had his invite. I said no. He said, "What can I do?" I can restart if needed, he says.
Oh, but tell him yeah.
We were afraid of probably yeah.
If he can, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so I think we're going to see a quick disconnect waiting for Jozelui to become the second hero of this game. He's not going to be the final boss. He's going to try and make himself a good person. You know,
Yeah.
it's like Vegeta, Sasuke, trying to make himself a good person after we thought he was mean.
Yeah. Let's see if it will work or if he will still be the bad one after his reconnection.
It always works, don't worry. Ah, Jozelui. Doing battle with a friend. Let's hope it works this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I think it's gonna work. No, it doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna try and reload the game.
Okay, I will still be on the game. If it works, just tell me.
Yeah.
Always weird how it works. So okay.
You mean how it doesn't work?
Yeah. Oh, sometimes it is. Okay, Mage Secret. It should be a nice barrier, I think. So first
There's
step completed. Oh, and another flow. So Jozelui is under 2 flow right now. Okay, but now Bruto has 5 cards. He knows that the secret isn't a counter spell, so I can just go for the skull. Oh, 3 mana Elginos, 0 mana Fellscream Blast. Is it the old one, Combo Demon Hunter? The old one, AtomiK Demon Hunter? Maybe? Oh, I don't have the magic sheet of paper where you have all the damage because of the spell damage and the Morgue. But now you can do Morgue, Arcanist, and Ilginos for 7 mana. It's 24, I think. But okay, Jozelui just going for the 8 damage with the Fed Barrage. Are you back in the game, Kanapesh?
I'm almost there. I sent him a message to say, "Can you invite again? And if it doesn't work, don't worry. We'll try to fix it next game."
Yeah.
Okay, it doesn't work.
Oh, I have the hand.
Oh,
I have it.
it works for you?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so I'm gonna be the blind guy in here, but it's okay because you guys can see the hand.
Yeah. So, okay, Jozelui have right now. Oh, just discovered a refreshing spring water. And another one in hand right now, a 3 mana one. He did a 2 flow, as I said, so his deck is really cheap. He can just draw his entire decks right now. Another spring water. Wow.
Wow, more and more. Bruto's got to be thinking to himself, "Holy crap, what's gonna happen tonight? I'm getting nutted down."
Poor Bruto. And each game on stream, everybody can watch him being beaten down. So, but that's not over right now, of course.
I mean, he's got the 3 mana Elginoth, and he played Skull on 5, so you know, gotta choose your high roll deck better. That's it. Oh my lord. Anyway, last game I think that Demon Hunter. I mean, last match. I think the Demon Hunter beat the Mage.
Yep.
Maybe the fact that Flow was played twice before triple refreshing spring water is not going to change it. As you can see, we have a crazy amount of damage available, and if we really need it, we can reduce a Morgue for next turn. So I think this might be a game that Demon Hunter wins yet again.
Yeah. Oh, you can deal, yeah, lots of damage next turn with the I beam. Huh? You're right,
Mm.
you're right.
He can do 24 next turn with double I beam. If he does not attack with his weapon, then I think it's 100% game over because Mage does not have enough damage, even with 10 mana, to kill Bruto from 26 next turn.
Yep.
Okay, come on, Bruto. Don't mess that up. Show us how powerful this 4/4 minion is in this archetype. Prove your point to the world. Is it a pass? It's not! But he still has enough damage because there is a Fell Scream in
Yeah,
his hand, so we're
he
good.
won't be able to play 2 I beam next turn, whatever, so that's fine. Oh, he did.
Uh, yeah, I was dumb. I was thinking he could play both I-beams and, that would do the job, but the thing is, the 4/4 is gonna die anyway, right? So at some point you've got to kill a Moorg in the combo. So how does that work?
You, I have an information. I have the man who did the Max League 5 logo. That's Cool Kid, the other caster for the Max team.
Oh, okay, so thanks, Cool Kid.
And he will be on Max TV tomorrow, I think. I think it's tomorrow, but he will be there on the Max team. So if you want to thank him for the logo, just be there for his cast of the other qualifier. So it would be nice
Wait,
to.
is Jozelui going to leave this minion on the board?
No,
Okay.
has the first flame, but
Holy. Oh, wait, is he going to play the minion? No,
oh,
and he said whoops. He doesn't realize it was just the play. Wait, is that still lethal? So you go one Moorg, then play the Fell Scream?
I
Hold
think
on.
he just got wrecked by the animation.
Oh, no, right. Yeah, okay. Il'gynoth is now 8 health. So it works.
Wow,
Literal buff! Blizzard, what have you done? We can now place 6 damage I-beam on our Il'gynoth and still go on. Right, so Demon Hunter is gonna validate. What am I talking about? It's gonna stay in the game while the mage was eliminated.
yeah, very good
And
from Bruto to win that game. Yeah, it was important because if not, the mage has two good matchup. I think against the shaman and the warlock. So that's
yeah,
what's really important to win here for Bruto.
actually, what were the bans? Because I'm surprised to see
Oh,
this deck played against the Negra lineup.
um, the ban was Bruto's. Let me see. Rogue. The rogue has been banned for Bruto.
Wow. Okay, so I guess Jozelui is expecting a lot from his rogue to beat the Fell Demon Hunter. Maybe he thought the mage was gonna do the job?
No, I don't think so. Mage is unfavored, in my opinion, against the Demon Hunter.
Yeah. Oh, also I said something wrong. I'm looking at the lineups. The Hunter is not H. Crumps's deck. It's Mini Slash's deck, which was basically H. Crumps's with the addition of Double Lug Merchant, which is actually a cool idea.
Yep.
Just to give credit to the right
Oh,
person.
no, I don't have Joselu's hand.
Yeah, I said we would fix it next game, and we forgot. Oh crap. Um, he
Yep,
sends invites. Does that mean his specs are closed?
I don't know. We'll try to create the game and go back. But
Hmm.
the game before I had Joselu's hand, so that's very strange to don't have it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer because now we can't see Rogue's hand, and Rogues tend to have a lot of really interesting decisions. I'll let you move on with the casting, and I'm gonna send him messages real quick.
Yeah, of course. So from Bruto's side here, you can just go for Chaos Strike, Hero Power. Oh, I didn't look as well as the hand. Yeah, the Viper, really fine against the weapon, of course. That's what you want to do with that Viper. But maybe Jozelui has another weapon. Okay, yeah. Secret passage to look after the other weapon.
Yeah, I'll let him finish his turn before sending the message.
Yeah, sure.
Did the weapon have... No, yeah, the weapon did not have a silver leaf poison on it.
No.
So I'm almost disappointed that the Viper was played so early, because now Jozelui is very much free to play every poison he wants on his weapon. Maybe this call is gonna be enough though?
Demon Hunter can deal a lot. And that minion is only... That weapon, sorry, is only 3 attack... Only has 3 attacks left. So maybe Bruto can just out health point Joselui's sword.
Yeah, but the problem is if he try and does that, then Jozelui has another win condition, which is Garrote with the Guild Trader, which deals above 30 damage.
Oh, sure.
The only thing he has to do is to have one Silver Leaf Poison available the turn he does it. This way he gets to draw when he hits with his weapon, and every blood comes out of the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So... Another secret passage? No.
Oh,
I don't know if you are playing a silver leaf right now if you have it in hand.
oh,
Because
I
you want
would.
to... Sorry?
I wouldn't play it because
Oh,
I really want to be able to draw my bloods.
yeah. But
Is there
Joselou
another way?
isn't agree. Is there an...
Oh, there's Swindle too. I
Swindle,
mean,
yeah. Swindle can also do the job. With 10 mana. 4 mana Guild Trader, Blood, and Swindle.
yeah, we've been talking about how Bruto was getting a little bit higher rolled sometimes, but also how he always had the skull on 5. Well, this game again, he played it on 4, and now he's playing a 3 mana skull on 5. How
The,
lucky is this?
yeah. He just
Okay.
lost the spell damage from the Arcanist.
Yeah, so he's never gonna have it again. The only way he can possibly use spell damage with the spell now is with Thalnos, and I would not be surprised if he waited for it because, you know what, Shadow Cloak is a problem in the matchup sometimes. And
Yes.
Jozelui has to try and set up Lethal first, then Cloak up, and then hope that Bruto literally throws all of his burst to try and save himself for the following turn. So I think Rogue actually has a decent shot in the matchup.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yes, but the Demon Hunter can have lots of way to go through the Cloak of Shadows just because of the lifesteal spell with the Ilginas, and as you said, the Fell Blast. No, the Fell Barrage. You have the Fell Barrage and Fell Scream Blast with Ilginos to go through the Cloak of
The cloak.
Shadows. Yeah.
Yeah, true. But that is if he wants to deal damage. I was thinking more about the healing, but
Yeah.
true. Jozelui is playing against probably one of the only decks that can kill him through the cloak. And not only is that true, it's also true that Bruto playing the Fell Screamer has even more chances to do it because the combo is cheaper.
You're right. You're right. Um. Okay,
Yeah.
first draws.
Another draw, that's usually
Yeah.
good.
That health point also.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Ooh.
Thanos is here.
We've got the aura. We don't have anything to do on 7, so I wouldn't be surprised if he kept the Thalnos,
Three,
just to see
three,
if Il'gynoth can do anything. Wait, no, that would be too much mana. Yeah, so he could
six,
play the Thalnos anyway.
12.
Or just Hero
18.
Power?
He's one off right now. Bruto is one off.
Okay, so I guess the plan now is you play Aura, Hero Power, and then Fury, and you keep every little bit of damage you have in hand for the next turn.
I agree, but what? No. Okay. I was scared of the Felber Rage. But yeah,
Mm.
it's a good turn. Definitely agree with that.
I mean, that's how he deals the most damage, but I'm not even sure if that's going to be enough, really, because if he did... Huh. No, actually, it should be good. I was thinking, is that really optimal? Like, don't you set up lethal without committing so much into your weapon swing, just so you better set up for Jace? But since the Fell Barrage is 0 mana, um, and you have an additional turn to play the Barrage with Thalnos next turn, it's always the play.
Yeah.
And now Jozelui, only 6 cards in his deck. He's gonna be down to 4 after this weapon swing. And when this is done, he's going to be almost over. I mean, the game is going to be almost over with Garrotes. So, we need Olganov, we need spell damage with Jace. Either way, this game's almost over.
Wait, I am missing something? But Felber Rage with Thalnos next turn is lethal, right?
Valbarage with Thalnos, that would be
Oh,
3.
I only
Oh,
have one, sorry. Oh, it's because Fellscream is also green, so I thought it was two Felber Rage, sorry.
I suggest you don't play too much Demon Hunter then. Because everything is green in the archetype.
I made the mistake sometimes myself on ladder, just thinking, oh, Fellscream is the Felber Rage, but no.
Actually, I have a little bit of an anecdote with green cards. That was quite some time ago, but I think it was the first Solari Grand Prix. I had a Druid, which was Quest Druid at the time, and I had Lethal set up or something close to it. If I played things right, so I went Doomsayer, and then I had a 9 mana green card that I was going to play, and it was obviously Izera. But since I didn't pay attention, the green 9 mana card I played was Cenarius. So I had a beefed up Doomsayer, an Izera in my hand, and the game was over because it was green. Guys, pay attention to green cards. They can be dangerous.
Yes.
And we are still waiting for the barrage options. We don't know. He wants to heal? Is gonna go for some draw. If he had barrage now, it
Yeah.
would have been lethal.
Oh!
One card too close. No,
And
that was
yeah,
that was so well done. He chose the right line and got punished for one card.
but yeah, we have to say it. It was very well played by Bruto. While you were telling your story, Bruto made maybe the perfect turn right now. But yeah,
Yeah. He,
six
he,
what you
he
have.
hit the line that gave him the most good options. And
Yeah,
now he's probably gonna die. Jozelui has 8 mana and 1 swing, which means that if he doesn't draw literally every blood, or just blood after blood after blood, it's still over and a W for Bruto. Is that gonna be it? One more? Oh, he has it!
and yeah, 1-1 right now. So okay, Fell Demon Hunter just lost right now, and yeah, if not, it was just too hard for Jozelui to beat the Demon Hunter with the Hunter. So very nice from Jozelui to win that game. So now, how do you beat the Rogue? With Bruto's deck?
Well, it's gonna be a struggle, but there's only Rogue left, right? No, there's Hunter as well.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. For
There's still
Jozelui, yeah.
Hunter. So I guess I would go with Warlock first,
Yeah.
because my Shaman has the best shot against Hunter,
Yeah, agree.
and hope it works out.
Yeah, totally. The Shaman can still do a great job against Jozelui's decks. Favored against the Hunter, and I think it's not bad against the Rogue.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
In my opinion, the Shaman is good against the Hunter and not bad against the Rogue. The Rogue.
Yeah, true. It does have the option to just deal too much damage in the early game, so you end up losing to the board on turn 5 or 6 sometimes.
Yep.
I was invited by Jozelui, and that literally kicked me out of the spectator mode? Really? Okay, I'll try to join again.
Oh, I have Jozelui's hand right now. It worked for me. I hope also for you.
It didn't. I'm gonna try and see if I can get it from the main menu. No, okay, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna reload the game, see if it works.
Okay. So, okay. Bruto has the Bloom, maybe the best card to have before the first step of the quest. So that's fine for him. But he can't really bloom lots of things right now. He can bloom Feral Spirit, but still needs another card to play in the curve. Or he can just go next turn, just Primal Dungeoneer on turn 3, and wait to see what he can play after that. Just draw cards right now. Oh, what a good draw for Bruto with the guidance. So now he can Feral Spirit, Bloom, Guidance. Okay, next turn maybe we will see it.
Okay, now I have Bruto's perspective. I guess I'll be happy enough with it for now. Oh,
Sure.
another weapon on 3.
Yeah, it was on 2 because of the coin. But yeah, Jozelui is kinda good to draw the weapon at the good point.
Yeah. I feel like every game tonight is a game of drawing not necessarily the nuts, but literally what you expect and wish to draw with your deck. So that's also a great time to show the skill set that players need to develop to play the decks perfectly when they draw the best cards.
Yeah, and I think
Right?
when players have the nuts, it's the most interesting game to watch because the deck is doing what he's supposed to do. So
Mhm.
that's so nice to see. Like, when the rogue have all the weapon bottom 10, he can still do something. It's always interesting to see how you win with that, but that's not as interesting as just seeing 10 damage face each turn.
Mm. Is Bruto considering Lightning Bloom, Lightning Bolt, and possibly curving something that costs 3 mana? Or a guidance this turn?
I
I could,
like playing the bloom before the first step,
yeah, that's true.
so I like the bloom, right? Oh, but you can still do it next turn, so that's fine, yeah.
I was wondering if he
Yeah.
could play Feral Spirit this turn, because he would unlock the mana crystal after the bolt, but I feel like he would have been 1 mana off anyway, right?
Mm. Oh, you're right, it was... Let me think. Yeah, you're right, it was 4 mana. Because, yeah, 2 mana with the bloom, 1 mana with the unlock. So it was 3, I think. I think you were right.
He would have had to play the Lightning Bolt before, because he's only one. He's
Oh,
only at.
yeah, you're right, sorry.
So it
So,
didn't work.
it didn't work, yeah. Enfin,
Okay.
it couldn't have worked.
Yeah.
You're right.
Jozelui has a weapon. He probably wants to try and beef it up as much as he can before he's under too much pressure. Not sure about that, but if he has a SI exchange card, he can clear the 2/3, ends up doing it with the Plunderer instead, which means he can go face already, and now he's not the one afraid of dying. Bruto's plan was to try and take control of the board, snowball with the damage, make sure he's out of Jozelui clears for a few turns, and seems the plan's not going to work that way.
Yes. So, okay, guidance first to look at what can it gives to you. Not bad, but not great. Okay, average one, I think.
Ooh, this is going to be a big turn.
Um,
Because he's going to unlock his mana, and then he's going to have a 3/3, I believe. Oh, wait, no, he only
no.
has 2 overloads, so it doesn't
Yeah.
work.
And you also can't play the Marsh Pawn because you didn't play a spell last turn.
Mhm.
Do you play it for the body or just Molten Blast
Oh, I
in
think I
the
would
Prize
play.
Plunderer?
I think I would go Molten Blast to the face,
That also works, yeah. Yeah,
but
it's the best one, I think. I agree with you.
it may not be the best, but I feel like the Mars spawn giving you a spell
Yeah.
can sometimes be more important. He's looking for an overload. Guess that would send him up for a few things. 2, 4, 6, 8. Down to 6 damage on the board. Now 4. But Jozelui has had to play a lot of his burst potential to get there. And I think it was worth it. Because
Yeah.
after all, as we know, there is Garrotes in the deck.
And you just deal 6 damage with the weapon that turn, so it's fine.
Yeah, totally worth it.
Oh, 5 cost minion. You can have Taelan for the Divine Shield, maybe? Taunt and Divine Shield, so hard for the rogue to go through.
He does not have Coerce, so Taunt Divine Shield is quite the pain in the matchup.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
because it's a discover, you can go and just hope to have it. It's not that RNG to have it, because you have 3 minion on the discover. It's not an evolve.
Sometimes it can be Anara as well, which does also an incredible job of pressuring your opponent.
Yeah.
Uh, Anara, Talon, there's probably a few more good 5 drops you could get, but yeah, I like going for the 6 drops instead. You
Okay.
have lots of taunts, you've got repops, you've got draw value. Look at that Onyx!
Yes.
Look at the beefy boy!
But can you be just die? Can you just die next turn
You
with
can, I
Guild
think?
Trader,
And
Sinister
double.
Strike?
Yeah, that would be lethal. But on the flip side, if Bruto can
Yeah.
keep this 4/9 on the board, there is a chance he finds healing with it. I'm not sure exactly how many turn 5s would have helped him this game. I think there was a lot of taunts on 6 as well, so that was definitely an option.
But I don't see any turn 6 taunt right now.
There is a 5/7 that gives you another 5/7 in your
Oh yeah,
hand.
that one, yeah. Interesting.
And there is another one, but it's for Warlock, which is a 6/6.
Yes.
I don't know the pool exactly, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that you have a few more. Oh no, Cartoon Defender is not there anymore, so there wouldn't be that. Well, I don't know. Anyway, we chose the value slash pressure line. Ends up maybe paying off? I'm not seeing him die this turn, but that is if Jozelui doesn't draw his bloods. Wait, that's one. Sinister Strike into blood would be it? No, right. That
Okay.
was close. Now Bruto needs healing or damage. He is 11 damage off, so it's probably never the damage that you're looking for. Ah, he didn't find healing, so it's gonna be Fireheart. Feral Spirit. Oh, that can help.
Yeah. There is one SI7 extortion in hand. Okay.
He's looking for the straight healing. Doesn't care about taunts anymore. He expects to die. We know that there is only one Sinister Strike and one Garrote left for direct damage on Jozelui's side, since he played both of the Wicked Stabs. But he's at 10 in the deck, and he still has a lot of draw, so I assume it makes sense to try and look for something even better than that. He does have a taunt to begin with. Oh man, you have to find something. Only 2 mana for healing. He's gonna be hard. Lightning Bloom? Overdraft? Come on, what you got? Rock Biter. Oh man. He is one off. Oh, that was so close.
Yeah,
He did everything right. He took the winning lines. He had the right APM. He thought about the taunt from the quest. He did literally everything he could, and yet chose a Louis with spell damage and burst on the board in the face is gonna take this game as well. What a game.
yeah, it was, yeah, until the last turn, yeah. So, okay, another win for Jozelui's Rogue. And now, Bruto only has his Warlock. Is there a Viper
Nope.
in Bruto's Warlock? No? Oh. So the matchup is very, very hard, I think.
Well, it can go two ways. First way is you just get smorged down and can't do anything, and you're dead on 6, 7, or 8. Second way is you have an early Anatheron or Giant and Neophytes and Raise Dead and healing, and your opponent doesn't have the best of hands, so he just gets smorged down. And I think that was quite the exhaustive list of things that could happen this game. Might be wrong though. Ooh, we have another on already. Good news. Do you still play the quest?
I think, yeah, you have healing from the crest. He will draw the giant at a moment, so having giant reduced by 1 or 2 is always helpful. So
Yep.
you still need the quest, I think.
Okay. Because there was the option to just keep it, then play coin backfire on 2. And I think that the Gnoll would have been playable. Which it's not gonna be, if I'm not mistaken. No, it will be playable. My bad.
Oh, there is a Spice Bread Baker. I forgot about it. And really fine. Another weapon on turn 3 for Jozelui.
Yeah, why not? I thought that's how it was supposed to work.
But we have a really good hand from Bruto as well. Backfire,
Yep.
Anaceron, Spice Bread Baker. As you said, maybe best hands for each players at each game. So really interesting to see.
Yeah, also Jozelui, we didn't mention it, but not only did he have a weapon on 3, I think he had the single best possible weapon in the matchup. Because Swine Tusk is good for longevity, but the burst that you get off of the Sharpening Sword is also quite insane. And Bruto has every option in the world. He could go Anetheron and then the Gnoll and then coin a Neophyte, for example.
Yeah,
Or he could play a Life Tap to try and get closer to his Giant. Seems that's going to be the line.
yeah, I like that one.
And I would not be surprised if next turn was like coin 6 drop.
Yeah, the Tantia is very helpful against that rogue, of course. Oh, Silverleaf is a good one to have. Maybe just Silverleaf Swindle.
I don't know, because I don't know the hand.
Oh, sorry, totally forgot about it. Yeah,
That's
Joselui
fine.
has Secret Passage, Silverleaf, SI7 Extortion, and Swindle. So 4 mana. Maybe he wants to play 2 cards at 2 mana, Swindle and Silverleaf.
I think I would love that line. He knows that there are no more Battleground Battle Masters in the deck since it was burnt last turn. And the combination of drawing two cards three times and also looking for more poisons next turn has to be as deadly as it gets in the matchup. Seems as though he simply just wanted to poison now. Finds Garrote as well, so that pushes more now. I don't know if he has got a lot of draw in his hand or damage
He
ready
has,
to
yeah.
go.
He has also cutting class from the secret passage, and also
Oh
best half to have after the secret passage, yeah.
yeah, so that was one way more damage effective
Mm.
turn, if I can make a word that did not exist before. Damage effectiveness.
So he has another Garrot with a prep in hand,
Oh, we're just gonna
so
coin
more
out.
damage.
Oh yeah, you coined the neophyte and go face. I mean, imagine if you were Jozelui here. Is that not the closest thing you could think of as being hell?
Is
Is that?
Joselui. Joselui has the Clock of Shadows. Very important things to have in mind. In mind.
Oh, he does have the cloak. All right.
Yeah, he has it, yeah.
I
So
don't know. I have a feeling it's not going to be enough. There's so much board, so many HP, and also a neophyte. Everything we miss now is just a race stat. But we'll see. We've got 10, 11 damage on the weapon without looking at the hand. We've
yeah.
got nothing but damage in our deck.
So yeah, Joselui will put more Garrot in the deck. It looks like. Can do Garrot, prep, Clock of Shadows. Oh, yeah, in
Ah.
that order, yeah, it's better, of course. And then 4 mana Clock of Shadows, I think.
Yeah, I feel like Bruto thought he was safe, and now he's starting to wonder again. He's at 16, so he's basically at 10.
And also, Joselui has double Wicked Stab in hand. So 8 damage from hand.
Holy
8,
moly.
14 with the weapon. He has a deadly poison. So 16 in hand.
Holy cow. And does he have a way around the taunt?
He has one SI7 extortion. So SI7 plus Wicked Stab can deal with the taunt.
So he would have 4 plus 6, which is 10 with the Wicked Stab.
Yeah, and 12 with the deadly poison. So
Does
he
he have the
needs
mana for it?
to draw 2 Garrot. Oh, good question here. Uh, 2, 4, 5. Yeah, he can do. Oh, he just drew a Swindle. So I think the good turn is SI7 Wicked Stab for 3 mana. Then hitting face, Swindle. In the other order. Then Swindle. Hitting face. Yeah.
I
Let's
think he's
see.
going to look for the cloak this turn. If he doesn't have lethal now,
Oh,
he
he
knows
just
that
drew
he
the
won.
clock. No.
Oh, he did? Holy cow.
So just clock, I think, and SI7 on the 6/6 for the Maleficent. And next turn, we can stab on the 6/6 and just face.
Wait. Because I'm trying to figure out how Bruto gets out of this
He,
messy scenario. And I was looking at Soul Rent plus the piggy.
and
The piggy that heals 6.
just backfire tour guide, but it's lots of damage for yourself
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah, it does have the merit, though, of keeping you with a board that is threatening enough to kill.
Yeah, because
So
it's
that's an
not
option.
a lethal setup, right? If you're just doing Soul Rend, Tour Guide, Soul Shard, you just don't kill your opponent on the next turn. And because your opponent have lots of Garrot in the game, in the deck, you don't want to give him too much turns.
Yeah, true. Um, yeah, that would leave him with not big enough a board, and he would just end up killing himself if he did that. Another option, though, is to go Tour guide first, hero power, try and figure out exactly what you have, and possibly backfire as you mentioned. I think he needs to hope though for another taunt. Maybe Raise Dead would be nice. Could try and clear his 3-2 as well. Wait, you have to do something, Bruto. Come on. You have to find the out and play to it. Wait, what? Okay, he develops a giant. That makes sense. I hope he's not gonna hero power. No, he didn't. Okay, more damage and
Okay.
some healing.
Oh, a prep for Jozelui that can help him maybe to draw the Garrot. Do you have the tracker on your game?
I do, yeah.
Do you know how many Garrot are still in the deck?
He's got 4 bleeds at the moment.
4 bleed? Yeah, okay. Oh, here we go for Guild Trader, yeah. Prep Swindle.
I'm not sure about developing so much more than what he had before. Um,
Oh,
I don't know if there was anything more, well, healing efficient to do last turn, but it seems as though it would not have made a single difference based on the amount of damage that Jozelui is dealing. And this is going to be another win for the Weapon Rogue against Bruto, who I think has lost the match now?
yeah, totally. And so, Joselui is 2-0 at the moment.
Bruto is 0-2, which I think means it's over, if not just close to over for him.
Yes, it is.
Are we sure?
Are you really think? I don't in the
Because
maths, but it's like in the World Cup football, for example, 4 teams in the group, and I never saw a team finish at the second place with 2 losses, right?
okay, so yeah, I was trying to figure out if maybe you have double 0-2 at some point, and they're tied, and there's a tiebreaker that helps them. But seems we're not going to see that. That was an unfortunate series for Bruto. He got nutted even harder than he did draw his nuts.
Yeah.
Guess that's how the game works.
Uh,
Sometimes you just can't beat them.
it looks like the other players just finished their game because they are chilling in the main menu, I see.
Well, if they're chilling, we've got to give them some work then.
I just asking them the question. Let's see if they finish their game. We can take the standings right now, maybe.
Well, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I can do it right now. Just give me one minute, and we can look after that. No. Up. Okay. So we have the group right now here. Joselui, yeah, is at to win, and the other player we didn't saw, WetGoose, the Australian one, just lost his first game. Oh no, not just, but lost his first game against Joselui also.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have the information at the moment.
We don't know if
Oh,
he beat George.
WetGoose just beat George. So WetGoose is at 1-1. George is also at 2-0. So we have Joselui and George ahead right now, and the other are at 2 defeat. So it's over. Yeah, it's just over. Joselui and George are the two who will qualify for the Max League, if I'm not wrong.
Maybe we should play the match first.
Yes, we will play, but WetGoose is at 2 wins.
Mm.
Joselui is at 2 wins. Bruto 2 loss. George 2 loss.
Oh,
So
oh, yeah, it looks
yeah,
impossible.
yeah.
Well, so you said the players with a guarantee to be part of the Max League are WetGoose and Jozelui, right?
Yeah, right.
And we're gonna watch Bruto and WetGoose, right?
Yeah,
Okay. Are we ready to go?
yeah, just telling the players I are ready, that they can start.
Okay. I might give a little speech about WetGoose's lineup then.
Yeah, you
In the
can.
meantime. So WetGoose is also bringing a Quest Warlock, except it's a Panthera build, which is meant to draw faster and have a little bit more efficiency against aggro decks. He's got a Quest Shaman with a little twist because he's got double enthusiastic banker, which is a 3-mana 2/3 that stores cards at the end of the turn and brings them to your hand when it dies. And he's got Garrote Rogue with Kazakis and no preps, and a aggro priest with Elusia, the one we all love. So this is quite the aggressive lineup, or at least it's meant to be quite good against greedier decks, such as, I don't know, Brute Demon Hunter, for example. But it's also very, I would say, balanced because it's got good options against aggro. The Warlock is meant to beat aggro more often, the Shaman's designed to beat aggro, and Rogue without prep is usually more board centric, so I'm not surprised that he's been able to do well in the current field.
Yep.
Do we have the bans already?
Yeah, we have them. Um, okay. The bans, WetGoose from Bruto, his Warlock has been banned,
Mm-hmm.
and Bruto's Rogue has been banned. No, sorry, Warlock has been banned. Bruto's Warlock.
So Bruto doesn't have Warlock, and Wet Goose doesn't have.
W- Warlock. Both one Warlock banned, sorry.
So it's no Warlocks this game.
Yes,
All right.
totally, yeah.
So this is going to be 2 Quest Shamans, 2 Garrote Rogues, and then a Demon Hunter and a Priest, I believe. Do you have any favorite for this game?
Mm, already eliminated, so... No, no, sorry. WetGoose is fine. Okay, but it's not a very important match, so let's see if players will be maybe not focus on the game because they know it's already over. Can happen maybe.
I think they're going to be focused. What are you talking about, my friend?
Well, it's
They
not.
have they have to prove something to the world. It's
Yeah,
their
sure.
moment. And my question was, do you think either of them has more chances to win the match? Maybe based on the lineups, I don't know.
Mm, I haven't looked that much at the lineup at the moment. I was
All right.
chatting with the players during you were talking, so I didn't really listen to you. I'm sorry.
Hey, somebody loves to chat while the others work. That's all right. I do not have Wedgoose as a friend for what it seems to be the case. I don't see him online. Do you see him?
No, neither.
So this is gonna be a Bruto stream only, right?
Um, okay, okay. And WetGoose have his webcam on, I think, so I will try to catch it because the
Which
others didn't have. Um, yeah, he has it, right? Yes. So just give me some minutes and everything will be fine. I just
I
leave you
do
with Kanapesh as the radio.
as a radio guy,
No,
and
we have the game.
I will give you your 5 minutes as you asked. And I see Wedgoose, while I don't know his hand, appears to have a curvy line of play in mind. He played a 2/3 minion with the ability to give him an AoE for 1 mana. Bruto on the other side is trying to accumulate resources to try and go for the biggest possible and best possibly timed field contact draw turn, which should in turn give him enough of a momentum to try and set up lethal by turn 7, sometimes even closer to that. Earlier than that, I'm sorry. WetGoose is using this as an opportunity to play his 3-drop, which, well, he had exactly 3 mana this turn because he was overloaded, and we can see that it just stored a Nova Zapper. So if Bruto deals with this minion, he already knows that WetGoose is going to have access to an additional minion that is going to apply more pressure. I guess now that he's got a freeze, he's got a chance to ignore it. Might not play it, might still play it, I'm not sure exactly. He has the option to leave it up because if WetGoose decides to trade into the Neophyte and then play the Zapper, Bruto is going to be able to freeze it with his 5 available mana and still keep developing while WetGoose has been wasting, quote unquote, wasting mana on developing stuff of his own. Because it's just going to be frozen, right? That's still sort of a waste. WetGoose, though, with the AoE, Bruto knew it was there, but since it's going to be 2 mana and WetGoose is going to overload for that, it's giving him more good turns. He's got 1 good turn now, and in the following couple of turns, he should have enough mana and possibly an Octobot to try and go for the big plays I mentioned earlier. Secret Passage gives him contact and Octobot, which is the nuts. The only problem being, though, that you cannot keep that. He has the option to play Octobot on for 2 mana and to just keep it around, right? WetGoose may not have a clear. Oh, except now he might. That depends on the mana, but we know that the Banker gave WetGoose a portal that deals 3 damage and a Zapper. Chooses not to play the Octobot. Decides to go with an additional Secret Passage instead. Thins his deck by a few more cards. This way he's closer to his not just his combo pieces, but also the lethal turns. WetGoose in the meantime is gonna try and use that as an opportunity to develop a board of his own. Feral Spirits is a great way to start. He still has the Zapper and the Portal, might play them now because he gets a taunt off of that. And this is 4 damage and 2, 4, 6, 9 attack and 6, 10. Wait, it's a crazy amount of stats anyway for this turn. I'm not gonna bother counting anymore. Also, I suck at it. And now Flame Strike, which was picked up in the previous turn by Bruto, or maybe it was the turn before, I don't remember. Simply comes to punish WetGoose's turn. Bruto also plays Shaman, so he knew that at some point this Flame Strike was going to be worth it. WetGoose has no option but to try and go faster on the board, because if he has to play Brewcan and go with his damage potential after that, it means we're past turn 8, and the odds are that Bruto has lethal by that point, or close to that. Are you back?
No, still something to fix. But
Fair enough.
sorry.
No worry. So, with his Flame Strike, Bruto gave himself an opportunity to play the Contact and the Ugg Merchants because he knew that there would not be as much pressure on the board on the following turn. Right now we see it's Brewcan, but it could have been much worse. He's gonna probably try and dig for a Brain Freeze. This way he's alive, or at least does not take 7 damage. He also has the option to play Plunderer to kill it. His deck is getting remarkably low on cards, so option 1, he manages to survive and wins next turn. Option number 2, he just wins now, but then he needs to be able to play the Octobot, which it appears he's not going to be able to play anymore, courtesy of having just 1 mana. Instead, he's going to clear the 7/7, draw as much as he can while he can, and I think this is... Is that a lethal setup? I think we still have an Ugg Merchant in the last cards of our deck. There should be a Shadow Step as well. So, if I'm not mistaken, if the draws go well, he should be able to play Contact, Octobot, Og Merchant, Garot, and possibly some other stuff. Uh, Maybe with Shadow Step, since there would be a contact on the board. Meanwhile, WetGoose knows that the alarm is ringing. He's got to do something, and he's got to do it quick. And what is quicker than simply just lethal with two copies of the Rockbiter weapon, which deal double damage? Quick game here for the matchup. Shaman's been faster than the Rogue. It's not something that happens so often, but as it turns out, WetGoose was fast enough. Um, what are we gonna see next? Um, Shaman, Warlock is banned.
Yes.
Bruto might go with, I would say, Demon Hunter, because that's pretty good against Shaman. Could also try and go with a mirror match first. Decides to go with a mirror match instead. That's something I don't know too much how it works, because I have not played a lot of Shaman myself since the expansion came out. But I think it's something related to whoever gets Brucan first, and then whoever draws the better cards and plays them the best first. So, should be a normal game of Hearthstone after all.
May I ask you which deck from Bruto lost the first game?
Yes, you may. He lost as the Rogue
Okay, thank you.
against the Shaman.
Perfect. Let me update that.
And I've got to admit, the banker did the job. It gave WetGoose a body on the board to contest and give something beefy for Bruto to work on, and then it provided him with two cards, which is value, and four damage, which is good. Might end up trying this card. Okay, both shamans saying hi to each other, dropping the quest on one. Bruto has the quest. I'm not sure if that is really helpful in the matchup. Could be, though, because it means you can probably finish your steps of the quest faster than your opponent, or you get to do the proactive play before your opponent, which is never a bad thing. That is, if the proactive play is a minion with 4 health and probably exactly 6 attack, because 3 health is nothing in the matchup because of Perpetual Flame and literally every other spell in the deck. Investment opportunity is pretty good. Perpetual Flame sounds a little bit too much just for the Zapper, but maybe you would value the damage in the early game. Turns out it's not going to be the case. WetGoose with the Bloom, procs the quest, has 5 mana. He's able to spend this turn with pretty much zero, how would you say that? Drawback. Does not overload anything, so he's got maximum efficiency this turn. We know he might have an overdraft if we do not find a devolving missile. And Bruto might try and dig for the Canal Slugger. Could also, I think, finish his first step of the quest while clearing the board because of the Perpetual Flame. That would have to be Lightning Bloom, Perpetual Flame. Maybe a Bolt as well? Oh, no, I think could. No, okay, I can't count. I was going to suggest Slugger and Perpetual Flame, but that was just a little too much. Instead, he's going to go with the Flame, keep the Bloom for next turn, because why bother if you're not developing anything? Or he's going to Bloom now and play the one Maker, but then. No, yeah, it doesn't work. You would have to do it next turn. Because then everything he can do is like Lightning Bolt and possibly Overdraft, which is not exactly the turn you want to play. Ooh, Unbound Elemental off of the portal. Now this is a problem because every single card in this deck, or something close to more than half at least, is an overload card, so you have to deal with it. I guess the Slugger is one good place to start. Overdraft also deals 5 damage, which is, well, exactly as much as you would need. Seems he's gonna go with the bolt instead for some reason. Because I think he unlocks every crystal, right? What's he gonna do with the 5 mana? Oh, he wants to keep the overdraft and instead he's gonna play the bolt? I guess that makes sense because now he gets to play the overdraft on overload, which means it actually does something, and that also helps him finish his quest faster. Now, what about WetGoose? They're both at 5 out of 8 on the quest. We know WetGoose has one overdraft in hand, which does 2 damage, and something from guidance. Again, since I do not have access to his hand, I could not tell you what it is, but now we have all of the information. Diligent Note Taker into the Flame means that he's got as safe as it gets. A transition towards Brucan in the upcoming turns knows that Bruto has very few options left to try and develop something that's not going to die to the Flame. We do see we have a charged call, though, which means it could be still very difficult for WetGoose to try and find enough tempo, because we know his hand is literally overload and overdraft, meaning no minions and a limited amount of damage, which depends on how many minions Bruto's going to play into the flame, and someone disconnected.
And I am back.
Did you kick someone?
No, I didn't take his spot, but yeah. No,
You didn't
everything
push them. Okay.
everything is fine on at the screen. Everything. WetGoose has a good class, etc. So, who is ahead in the game right now for somebody who he's just jumping in the game right now?
They are even on the quest, or close to even, because WetGoose is finishing his turn. And I believe WetGoose right now has Overdraft and Perpetual Flame in hand, which means he's trying to look for a good transition towards Brucan. But Bruto on the other side has a charged call, which could very well be out of the Flame's range. Okay, seems that WetGoose is going to be able to play the Perpetual Flame and make a good transition towards Brucan. I must have been a little bit delusional. Except you don't want to overload 2 mana, do you? Well, seems you do. Have you played a lot of Shaman this expansion?
Yeah, after the nerfs, yeah. It was an interesting deck because the AtomiK Demon Hunter was a bad matchup for the Shaman. So that was the good moment to play it, I think.
Okay, and what would be your definition as an experienced Shaman player this expansion of who is ahead in the mirror match? Because I have no
Oh,
idea.
I played maybe 20 mirror, but I still don't know who is ahead at what moment, because you can just at a moment do a very big turn, a swing turn with just 2 or 3 cards. It's like doing something magic with the deck when you have the quest completed, but sometimes just a player will win at the tempo, and this player doesn't need the value or even to complete the quest. So each mirror are very different, I think.
Okay,
Every
so yeah.
mirror is a different game, and players just need to adjust their game plan to their hand and their opponent's hand.
So that is a matchup, you say, that may require a little bit of skill to be played perfectly.
Mm, or just to play the card you have in hand for the in the good curve, like turn 2 play 2 mana card.
You think curving is
No,
essential in this deck?
no, but not that skillful. It's just you have a hand. You're just asking, what can I do with that? And so
Ooh,
the game plan is there, but 14 damage
yeah,
for WetGoose.
and
I
more
was
to come.
I was talking about magic. Here it is.
Hmm. Have to admit that after Brucan has been played,
9,
oh my
18,
gosh.
6 damage left, but
Yeah, but
no
no
one.
mana.
Oh, 22. Yeah.
It could be a lightning bloom. No,
No.
not gonna be that. So now Bruto needs either healing or a massive amount of board and damage. And we see he's got a charged call in hand ready to be played. No healing at 9 mana, but I think 10 mana might be useful for him right now. The positioning for the rabbit is almost perfect. Now let's see if we can get somewhere. Is it Primal Dungeoneer for 3 mana? Is it Shuffling Overdraft? What would you do here with 7 mana available?
Mm, let me see. Yeah, just having more mana is important. 9 costs are not the best. Are not the best one. You have the 9/9 dragon that can just help to kill off
Wait, what?
the Brucan.
So he's not going to overload? Instead? Oh no, he has the mana. How's that? Did he play Overdraft? Wait, I don't get it. Oh, he had 7 mana. I'm an idiot. Okay. This never finds damage. Ever. Neither does this. No, this isn't damage. It's beefy, but it's not damage. Guidance? No. No damage. Come on. Let's help Bruto a little bit here. He's had a rough night. He's had it rough. No, no
No
damage.
damage for WetGoose.
Is there a world? Is there a chance? Oh, double rabbit. That's a disaster. He has no board left and he's facing 24 damage and health on WetGoose's board. Has 7 mana, 2 health, and a mountain to climb. How's that gonna pan out? This never gives evocation in Shaman, especially since it's been nerfed to 2 mana. Okay.
You can play taunt. You on board you're alive.
Yeah, there's no damage. It's gotta be it.
There is no damage, no board clear.
Oh, no, there has to be some form of clear.
Yeah,
Oh, I mean, there's 4 minions. He needs to pray there's no AoE.
that's the only way. No, no damage to the minions. No
Wait,
flame, no.
wait,
See.
what if the only clear is the 8 mana spell? Can he, like, reduce the health of the dragons enough? No, he doesn't have.
No.
Holy shit. This is. Alright, Bruto, we gotta pray.
WetGoose
No,
has to have something.
no flame, no
Yeah.
AoE. No, not this. Oh, ah. And that's gonna be it for tonight. Bruto has had a disastrous night.
Doesn't have
Playing
his Demon Hunter left.
I thought it was finished.
I wasn't looking that much at the game.
No, I think you're correct. I may have spoken too soon, and that means the hero lost, but he gets to come back when we thought he was dead.
Yeah. He needs 5 minutes right now.
Yeah, not
So,
surprising.
yeah, he's been playing from 8 p.m. So 2 hours of Hearthstone. Maybe drink some water or whatever.
Yeah, maybe reset his mind as well, because he's had some really. I mean, I'm insisting maybe too much on this, but I think it needs to be clear. He's had a rough amount of very difficult games. And sometimes, you just need that break. You need to drink something, pee or whatever, and then come back with a fresh mind, try and, you know it's lost. You know you're not going to qualify to the Max League, but it's fine. Try and give yourself the best shot to, well, making a great show of yourself while on screen.
Yeah, and we won't have WetGoose definitely at his hand. We can't manage to be each other in our friend list. when I am trying, it doesn't send him anything, and he's also trying to add me, but it looks like we will never be friends. That's
Oh,
sad.
we're never gonna be friends. What a shame. All right. Is this the first qualifier?
Yeah, it is, or at least the first one of stream on stream.
Okay. Can I give you my pronostic for who's going?
I can't hear you right now. Hey, oh, just haven't. Kanapesh just left us. Oh, that's sad. And maybe we'll come soon enough to see the last game. So yeah. No WetGoose hand, sorry for that last game. Sometimes yes, the friend list just don't allow us to have the other player's hand. That happens.
Ah,
Oh,
I'm
you're
back.
back. You're back.
Woo. Okay. I think the world was trying to censor me because I was about to say that there is one player in the pool of players for tomorrow that I believe is gonna win everything, and this player is H. Crumps. This guy, if you don't know, has won uh actually one out of I believe nine finals in his Open Cup career. He's had an insane win rate throughout the last few years in Open Cups. He's been going pretty well in the last Masters Tour, and he happens to be not only my teammate, but my practice partner, and I have faith in him. So get ready for Crumps tomorrow. I think he's going to be playing with other incredibly strong players in the form of Wyrer, who we know from the Max team and who also won the Dream Hack that happened a few times a few weeks ago. We're going to have Logic, who's also a really, really good performer. He's been proving that throughout quite the years now, and he's, I believe, Warma, who is actually a GM right now. Warma's closest and longest time practice partner, so definitely expect a lot from him. And Thuggy, who is a little bit of a surprise. Do you know about him?
Never heard that name in my life. I think first
Yeah,
time.
I think it's the case for many people. But this guy was selected by Max because he just happened to be way up in terms of the Open Cup win rate. So we might discover a real good new face tomorrow. And oh man, I wish I could cast this moment because it's gonna be awesome, and I'm 100% going to watch it. Are you gonna be there tomorrow?
No.
Do
It's
you know who's gonna cast with Cool Kid?
it will be Diablos from H3 Gaming.
Oh, good. All right. That's a caster I haven't heard too much of, but I know that he's been doing quite well in the not so recent now, but last Max LAN tournament that
Yes.
occurred last October. And by the way, guys, have you heard that in France and in October there was going to be another MaxLAN? Maybe you didn't. And if you want to participate, you, I think, can still try and register. There's going to be a lot of really cool people there,
There will.
including first and foremost myself.
And myself, some of the coolest people. So that's nice to see us.
Oh, by the way, what about our battle of bets, the battle of takes? I said it would be WetGoose, and you said it was going to be Jozelui, right?
Yes.
Which means, oh, I owe you something. Because I think you won.
WetGoose is also at 2-0. Oh, I'm wrong. Yeah,
No, I think
WetGoose
you're right.
is also at.
So I don't owe you anything.
Wait, no. Uh, okay, I'm not sure about the results. Okay, we
Listen,
will
guys.
wait a little for
I
Oh,
think this
that's
guy is delusional, guys. He does not want to not win our battle, but I think
no.
he didn't.
So I have some problem with the results. So I
There's a problem with the
yeah.
result. Uh-huh.
So we
Uh-huh.
have to wait for the final results.
Uh-huh. You know what? I'm a good guy. I will still pay for your kebab, but you will pay for mine.
No problem.
We both won, so
Yeah.
let's just try not to make it too expensive. Okay, do we
Uh,
have news from the players?
I have WetGoose in friend list now, so that's
Oh,
something fine,
that is
very
something.
good. And I'm still waiting for Bruto to come back.
I hope he's gonna be back soon. Not gonna lie, I think somebody is going to kill me if I stay on camera for too long, but shh, don't tell anyone. Ah,
So last match is the Demon Hunter against Quest Shaman.
might not be the last because I
Yeah,
think WetGoose is leading 2-0 right now.
yeah.
So next game definitely is Demon Hunter versus Shaman, and I think Demon Hunter has a real good shot in the matchup, provided that we don't see Brucan into a gibberish amount of taunts before the game is over. Although, actually, I'm not so sure because Bruto has a good Il'gynoth setup with his build, and if the Demon Hunter goes through, he's gonna have to win against Priest, which is one of his favorite matchups, and Rogue, which is less of one of his favorites. So that's going to be a very difficult mountain to climb. Oh, they're playing.
Yeah, Bruto is back. He just sent me a message. Uh,
Definitely going to be difficult for Bruto, but still possible, especially with the skill he's been showing on screen tonight. And I have WetGoose's hand. Let's go.
but no, I don't have Bruto. Do you have it?
I have him.
Okay, I will just restart my game, and
Sure.
I will left players with Kanapesh radio for another time.
Can radio. What would I not do for you guys? So Bruto has Aldrashi Warblades, Raging Fell Screamer, Blood Mage Thalnos, Fury, and the coin. WetGoose has the quest, obviously, and two copies of the banker thing that stores stuff from the deck, plus investment opportunity. Is that like money shaman? Investment opportunity? Enthusiastic banker? I think there is a theme in here. Anyway, turn two, WetGoose wants to play the one mana spell. He has the option to play Lightning Bloom, which he just got off of it to curve one of his 3 drops. Chooses not to, though. Might want to keep it for an actual overload turn. Bruto plays the Thalnos on 2. WetGoose plays the Enthusiastic Banker on 3. Stored. Wait, we don't know what he stored? What the heck? I saw the cards that he stored last game, and now I don't see them. This is so strange. Like, I really don't get it. Okay, he got a portal off of it. Bruto killed the minion with his weapon. So Bruto has 3 mana and a 1-stack weapon. WetGoose plays a Serpent Giant portal, Lightning Bloom, and Enthusiastic Banker. And I believe the quest is still not completed. Bruto now is facing a 4/4 with taunt and a 2/3, which is threatening to snowball by storing more and more stuff. So the earlier you kill it, the better it is. I see that there is a skull in the as on the 4th position of his hand. Just played something from the left, which was the Raging Fell Screamer. Still has Fury, the coin, and then Skull of Gul'dan. So there's going to be no such thing as a 5 mana Skull of Gul'dan next turn. Turn 5, I'm sorry. But we're getting really close. WetGoose started his turn with Guidance, completing his first line of the quest, followed up with Feral Spirit, which means he's now at 2 out of 3 steps. Um, he's a bit hesitant with trading the minion, but ends up shipping his 4/4 into another 4/4. So he's got 3 minions to none against Bruto. And from what I can tell, the banker is now going to give 2 cards as Bruto clears the entirety of the board with Arcanist and Fellscream Blast. WetGoose is now no board, but 4 mana and a 8 cards hand available. I see a Lightning Bloom, I see Flame, I see minions, I see direct damage, I see all sorts of things. So he's got decisions to make, but definitely a wide range of options available. He's going to decide to widen this range even more by playing a 1 maker, which is giving him another 1 drop.
Okay, I have some information about the other match at the same time. First,
Okay, go ahead.
I said something wrong. Both WetGoose and George were at 1 win before that round, so they were both at 3 points, and the winner, and if both of them win their match for the last round, there would be both of them at 2 win. So it was an important round, and Jozelui won against George. So now Jozelui is at 9 points, first of the group, and George will stay so at 3 points with 1 win. And so now, if WetGoose wins that game, he's at 6 points and will finish second of the group. But if he lost that confrontation, he will be at 3 points, and so it will be a tiebreakers between him and George. So he has to win that game to go through and qualify for the Max League.
Okay. Do you have access to the game right now?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, good. So I don't have to say literally everything that
Yeah.
I see happen. Good. Oh, did you see the Skull of Golden?
Yes, that's the old OTK, right?
Yeah, but we're missing something, and it's damage.
Yeah.
Oh
Just
my
need to
lord.
survive 1 turn, or
Yeah, he needs to survive because, I mean, he needs to clear everything, basically, because we know WetGoose has everything he needs now. So it's gonna be, I think, Morg, Aura, and uh Foul Barrage? Something, something. I believe he can play the weapon on top of this to heal up for just a little bit. Also sets him up to deal a little bit of damage with the weapon with Elginoff in the following turns. You have to play the cheapest aura, play the barrage, and yep, that's going to be the line he chooses to go with. Does deal the damage. Sounds like a way you can kill people. I think with the Fury in hand, he also has a shot at setting WetGoose's health total at something that is under 24, so that enables a few more combinations. Oh, but the totemic reflections! Look at that!
yes, some huge totems here.
Oh
Wow.
yeah.
It looks like
I,
Vargas effect, don't you? If you see what I mean. Like that.
yeah, yeah, it's a Vargoth kind of an intern.
Yeah.
End of turn. Oh my. There are 2 8 10s on the board. Don't let yourself be fooled by the artwork on the totems. They're not totems, they're monsters. And he's not beginning with double jump. I'm not sure why you would keep it. Okay. Still has enough mana to do the biggest possible clear after drawing with the Spectral Science, so you might as well go for it. Studies still lets him clear. Oh, philosophy is pretty good because it's free, and it means he still keeps some amount of damage with Il'gynoth after this turn. So this is gonna be... Wait, no, it's 9, right? No, it's... Actually, yeah, it was 9 damage, so... He is... WetGoose was too off. Okay. But Lightning Bolt is gonna finish this game.
Yes. And so that's 3-0 for WetGoose. And so he's also qualified for the Max League.
Congratulations to Jozelui and to WetGoose then. We have a Spanish and an Australian representative for
Yes.
the league. Unfortunately for Bruto, that was again a very difficult night of Hearthstone. He showed us he knew the lines he was taking. He played everything, I think personally, perfectly. Didn't go his way still. Some deck choices paid off. I'm thinking about the Banker in Shaman, because that really did a lot in the games that we've just watched. Which helped WetGoose qualify, obviously. And I feel a little bad for George as well, because I felt like he played his game against Bruto really, really well too. But, you know, you can select the 4 best players in the world. If there is only 2 spots, there's going to be 2 people disappointed. So, hope we're going to see more of them in the future. And for now, we're just going to celebrate for the 2 players qualified.
Yeah, and we will call them on Discord if everything goes good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we will have WetGoose first. Oh, I don't have you in friend, Kanapesh. You're not a friend on man on Discord.
You
So
say I
sad.
have to be your friend now? Ah, what a shame. All right, there we go, mate. I'm your
Nice.
friend now.
So, Jozelui, fine. Okay, Jozelui, then can call Bruto. Okay, people will join us. Hi.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
Congratulations for your 3-1.
Thank you, thank you.
That was quite a series to watch. I think the Banker paid off for WetGoose, and I wanted to say still congratulations to Bruto, who, even though he's had a very difficult night of Hearthstone tonight, I think played his games very well. And I would like to know if you're satisfied with your gameplay and lineup tonight, Bruto, despite the unfortunate result.
I'm like, I think I like my lineup, but after submitting, Joselui told me a deck that I didn't bring that could have been better than Shaman probably, which is Priest with Ilucia to beat Rogan Agro and FLDH. But overall happy, I think.
Okay. What about you, WetGoose? How was the Banker? How's the Money Shaman doing?
WetGoose is not here, I think. I'm Jozelui.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was WetGoose for some reason. Wait.
No.
Wait a minute. Why do we not have WetGoose?
He's coming.
I thought we had like the players from the recent match. So you're Jozelui. How are you, mate? Glad to. All right. How's your lineup then? You picked the priest, right?
Oh,
Did you-
Jozelui had the weapon rogue. So
I
we
don't have
saw a 3-0
So
from the
no
weapon
shaman and
rogue.
no priest. Okay. I thought you gave advice to Bruto that you followed yourself, but turns out you didn't. So how was the lineup? How was the Moonfang?
My lineup was intended to be a lineup for Conquest, but I forgot it was last hero standing, so I ended winning 3-0 with a Conquest lineup in last hero standing. I don't know. I didn't make it especially for last hero standing, so I got lucky, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe you got lucky with the picks, but I mean it didn't look that bad for last hero standing, and you got the results with it, man.
I had like some good matchups. The problem was I had like one deck for each guy that I couldn't beat it, but I high roll it and I
Can you hear
could
me?
win that matchups.
Right. Hey, WetGoose. Yes, we hear you.
I can't hear
Congratulations.
myself, so
So what?
see if I can fix that.
Oh, you're trying to fix something,
I think
alright.
that's on my end.
So we're gonna have WetGoose in a moment. I think
Yes.
he is fixing a problem on his end.
Okay.
Do you
Oh,
hear us?
doesn't look like. Okay.
I'm gonna have to leave for a second to see what's wrong.
Alright.
Alright.
We're gonna have to wait for a little bit then.
Yeah.
That's
It's
alright.
fine.
Do you have questions, AtomiK?
Mm, yeah. A small one for Jozelui. You rock did very well in the match we had on stream. Were you confident? Were you with the deck when you would bring it in the lineup? Do you were like, it's
I
the nuts, or you were like,
Yeah.
not sure about that?
I think the deck is kind of powerful. You have to high roll some draws, but I was confident, but I was a bit afraid of the Viper in the H. But so it didn't matter at all because I could play another weapon. Bruto could the Viper a little more maybe, but I don't know. Except
I
for
thought about waiting
Viper.
for Viper, but I had Coin Skull next turn, so I kind of wanted to play it really. But maybe it was a mistake. Maybe
Oh,
I threw
yeah.
the game.
I commented on that, I think. I said maybe it was a little bit quick to play the Viper. Yeah, but yeah, you had the skull and you had to play it as well. So tough decision, right?
Yeah, because if I don't play it, and he plays like 3 poisons next turn, I'm kind of forced to play Viper, and then I delay the Skull. But maybe it was still worth it though to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest that you're forced, but you're also kind of happy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, these things happen. You had Skull right after, which meant really cool and quick follow-up, possibly a power spike at a crucial timing because it was the early game. I was debatable, but I think you had a few good reasons to try and go for it still.
I thought I had enough healing on my deck, and I thought I was not gonna get OTK.
Mm.
Yeah.
Your oats.
Yeah.
I mean, it's rare, right? You don't often get OTK'd by a weapon rogue. Usually it's swing by swing by swing, and
And he got OTK'd twice in the same series.
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Is that because you like going for this line more often, or is it?
I went 0 times for this line before. The 2 times today. My first time going for this line. So
Maybe
makes
this is a
sense.
sign.
These ones.
Do we have WetGoose now?
Yeah.
Right. So, again, WetGoose, congratulations for, I think, your qualification to the Max
Yes.
League.
Yeah, I
Finished
got
second
in the
of
end.
the group.
So, he's qualified.
Totally. Yeah.
Yep.
Totally, he said. Yeah, so how do you feel about that? Are you going to kick everything in the Max League now?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know how the format is of the tournament. I know the group stage, and after that, not entirely sure.
It's King of the Hill. Last year standing, it's what you played tonight.
Oh no, like I don't know, like is it Swiss rounds apparently, or is it
It's
single limb from here? I'm not
it's
entirely sure.
run robin. It's there is I
Oh,
think
round robin. Okay.
4 round of 4 players. Oh no, more than 4 players maybe, but yeah, there are some rounds, some groups, sorry, and best players of each group will match against each other in the playoff after that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie with Goose. No matter what the format is, it's all about winning games of Hearthstone. So if you're good enough, you're gonna kick it, right?
I mean, I had to do prep for Last Hero Standing because I've only played Last Hero Standing twice, which was DreamHack and this. But there is a lot of theory behind the lineup, so I think I had a decent lineup, so I wasn't too concerned about that. So mostly just kind of knowing your matchup spread, knowing what, kind of getting a read on what they will queue, what you will queue, and then just trying to win from there.
Okay. Would you like to tell us about your preparation and the theory behind the lineup? Do you have anybody to thank for the preparation?
Um, the preparation was HS replay, let's say. Well, that one's very useful. Mostly it was mostly just knowledge from matchups from the Masters Tour and from stats, and being able to say that I had a pretty good coverage over the decks with the decks I brought. Also
Good.
could have brought Brute DH over Shaman, which I was kind of regretting in the middle of the second round. I was thinking I should have brought Brute DH, and then Shaman managed to pull off the 2 wins in that game, and then it swept the final round as well. So Shaman ended up being the MVP.
All right. Do you have anything else to add, AtomiK, or something you want to ask to players?
No, it's good for me. Congratulations for the players to take part in that qualifier. So, and congratulations again for WetGoose and Jozelui to win that qualifier, and we will see you at the Max League, maybe on the Max TV again.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
And thank you for coming and joining us in the call.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Have a good
See you.
Bye,
evening,
guys.
mates.
Is that all?
I think it is. I'm letting AtomiK do it, so
No,
I'm not sure.
everything is fine. You can leave. Good evening.
All right.
So
Bye,
it's gonna
mate.
be a while until it starts, right? Because we have to go through all the groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's 4 groups, right?
I
There's
think
8 groups. Well, there's 8 groups, right?
Yeah.
We have 32 players.
at the qualifiers, yeah. But only 4 on stream, I think. 2 this week and 2 next weeks, if I'm right.
I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
have to check
Yeah,
that
yeah.
later. I
Yeah,
guess.
I don't know the schedule of the rest of them. I saw my schedule. I'm like,
Yeah,
yep,
of
I'll be
course.
ready. Means I had to actually prepare for it because I didn't realize how bad the time was for me. I thought it was 8 a.m. I think. So when I checked the conversion, it was 4 p.m. start. I'm like, okay, that's okay. But since it's 8 p.m. for you, I started at 4 a.m.
Oh yeah, you're from Australia.
Yeah, it's 6:30 a.m. now. I'm currently running on about 1 hour of sleep.
6:30 in the morning?
Yeah, 6:30 now. I had to play from 4 a.m. to 6:30.
Are you gonna go to sleep after, or are you just after sleep?
No, I'm gonna go to sleep, except I'm gonna probably gonna wait until someone else wakes up.
All right. Okay. Well, WetGoose, it's been a real pleasure to have you. I'm glad that Australia's got a representative courageous enough to play at 4 a.m. in the morning after a 1 hour sleep night. And
I mean, it's only 1 hour sleep because I decided to get a little nap before I started.
still nothing. And I hope to see more of you in the future. See you, mate.
Okay, see ya.
Congratulations, see you. Okay. So, okay. We are done with the interviews. So,
Yep.
2 players qualified today.
Mm-hmm.
Jozelui and WetGoose. One Spain, one Australian will take part in the Max League. So that's all for this evening. I hope
Mm-hmm.
you will be there another time on the Max TV
Oh.
to see other great confrontation, other evenings of Hearthstone.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Thank you, Kanapesh, for being with us tonight. It was a real pleasure to have you.
Well, thanks for the invite, as always. And hope to be there again in maybe a few weeks or so.
Sure. Just let me check something. Yeah, tomorrow is the next qualifier. Tomorrow, casted by Cool Kid, the next qualifier of the Max League to see other players to join that great event of Hearthstone. So just be there tomorrow, same hour to see other Hearthstone games. Thank you everyone for being with us this evening. See you soon. Goodbye.
See you guys.